Hello.
Crazy.
I hope you can hear us.
Crazy.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
I hope you can hear us.
Crazy.
Oh shit.
Yo.
I hope you can hear us. We're getting double. Oh,
We are echoing.
We're getting double.
Are we echoing for you guys too?
Hold
Are
on.
we echoing for you guys
Something's
too?
wrong here.
Uh-oh.
Hold
Are
on.
we echoing for you
Oh,
guys
it's the Twitch
too?
stream. Ha!
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, it should be fixed.
All right, we're good
I
now.
hope. I had our own stream going.
Ay, not
Hey,
anymore.
Typical leftist operation. Typical
guys,
leftist
calm down,
operation.
calm down.
Sorry.
I
What's going
saw
on,
you
everyone?
guys were talking shit about us. How long do you guys usually make us wait? Not too long.
Not too long.
Not too long.
And this time we are simultaneously streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitch, you can go to either one. I imagine most people are going to be on YouTube because that's where we have the most followers
Well,
already.
guys,
But
maybe check out Twitch.tv too. I hear that can be a fun place for people to stream sometimes.
yeah, got the means workwear here. CIA
Excellent.
banger shirt, very comfortable.
Had to.
We got a big debate happening tonight, but I suppose we should maybe we'll address the Plattner news once more people are here since we did start a little early. Are you on the right mics? What does that even
Are
mean?
we on the right mics?
Should be.
Hold on. a
Should
minute.
sound like typical
Is one of
podcast
us
audio.
This is the mic that I always use, guys. What's going on?
What is Twitch? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Wrong mics, y'all. Hold up. Oh no, is it coming through the computer mic?
No,
or like
it
a default mic?
should be Roadcaster now.
Okay. Y'all sound like you're in a cavern. No
yeah, sorry.
way.
It was coming through. It was on the camera. The camera was
camera
picking up the audio.
Hey.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Our bad, guys.
Also going to go and fix it on, hold on 1 second, studio mode.
Hey, guys. It's been like 2 years since we did our last live stream. It's been a while since the debates. You got to give us some grace. You got to
Yeah.
give us some grace here.
It has literally been 2 years.
But yeah, we will, as Jeremy was saying, we will address the Plattner news like in a minute once everybody gets here. Mostly, I mean, the TLDR of it all is drop out.
Yeah, it's bad.
He's gotta
it's
drop
just
out. It's
objectively
over.
bad, yeah.
Graham can't stop being bad. No, and things just keep coming out now, like just damning and more damning things. And I will say there was a lot of drama, like Instagram and Twitter and everywhere was just hell. It was just hell trying to discuss anything Graham Plattner. And we obviously dropped under Graham Plattner's post, like, hey, buddy, it's curtains. Like, you got to pack it up.
Yeah.
And so many people, like 60 people were in our replies, like, no, you're wrong. One, those are crazy. Those people are genuinely crazy. Fake progressives, condemn. But a lot of people were like unfollowing. We didn't lose any followers. At least in the amount that we could tell. We got that 60.3K on Instagram, and it stayed 60.3K.
The DMs are filthy, though.
DMs are filthy?
Oh, yeah. There's tons of,
for
like,
real?
message requests like, oh, why are you guys falling for propaganda? And it's like, dog,
Damn.
you do have to, like, at some point read the article.
No, literally.
Like, you do have to-
You do at some point have to have media
to read
literacy.
the
And it
article.
turns out, guys, nobody can read. Not only can Plattner supporters, especially Plattner supporters right now, not read, but neither can Haley Stevens herself. This is big. This is a developing news story.
Yeah, the Plattner stand people are perpetuating the Bidenization of America. It is a very Biden moment, if you think about it.
It truly is.
Because, like,
It truly
Plattner
is.
did win the primary,
Yep.
but people are calling on him to drop out and replace him with somebody else. It's a very Kamala Harris
It's
situation.
fucked up. But now I'm seeing news that we might get like a special caucus to get the replacement. And it's like, okay, maybe we learned
Yeah.
something. Maybe Maine Democrats specifically learned something. But who knows? Genuinely, who knows? I can't say who I think would be the best replacement because I haven't read too much about it. But I do keep seeing hype about this Troy Jackson guy. I keep
Yeah.
seeing hype about other people. I just need to do more reading. Something a lot of leftists don't want to do anymore.
What the hell? Why not? Put him in. Like,
What the hell? Why
'cause
not?
As far as I'm concerned at this point, like, he's going to lose, right? So, like,
That's
it
kinda
doesn't,
how I feel.
it's either like, there are no options anymore, right? It's like Susan
Yeah.
Collins wins if he stays in. If he loses and somebody gets subbed in, maybe Democrats can eke it out. Either way, like, Susan Collins, congratulations on your next term, basically, is the situation.
It really does feel like he Bidened us.
Yeah.
It really does feel like he Bidened us. Like, guys, if you're a candidate, let's not move forward if we have crazy baggage.
Right.
I don't know.
I will say somebody just referenced your banger tweet that you launched off yesterday or earlier
For real,
today.
for real?
Yeah, we got
Oh my
media
goodness.
literacy problems.
It's true,
reaching,
guys. I didn't think that you could be in the U.S. House of Representatives and not be able to read, but Haley Stevens so clearly can't. Look at this, guys. This is Abdul. Let me take you on a journey to Twitter.com real quick. This is Abdul's statement just right after the Plattner news dropped. Read that, and tell me that the necessary conclusion that you would get from that is not, yeah, Plattner needs to drop out. Like, genuinely, what are we doing, guys? Haley Stevens can't read, and Newslander just dropped. This means something to me. It continues to mean something to me because McMorrow, man, she was a target.
Yeah.
It was so easy to make fun of the things she does because of how she ran her campaign. But Haley Stevens has just kind of been evil and it's been boring. But now that it's just them two, she is just fully out here flubbing, doing whatever this is. I don't know, truly.
Somebody asked if we're going to be we're going to have the debate up ourselves. Yes, we will have it pulled up. It doesn't start formally until 7:00. So right now, this is just sort of the debate pre-show, if you will.
Yes, we will be streaming the debate. You know we're going to have our eyes locked on that thing. I couldn't do anything else, honestly. It's going to be on screen with us. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I will say also, I don't know if you mentioned it, but Abdul was asked about this by like an actual journalist or someone doing an interview.
Insane.
And he was asked why he didn't say that Graham Plattner should drop out.
Nobody can read
What are we
anymore.
talking
Nobody
about?
can read, like, genuine male practice from MS Now to do that.
Yeah.
And you know that clip will be played on the show on Thursday for patrons on Patreon.
Yeah.
Like I said in the office.
We do have this
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
Banger.
soundboard edition, people. We're bringing it back.
Come on, guys. What else? Who else? Who else
Yeah.
but us? Excellent. $5,000 or dinner with Gage, guys. You know what to do. It's like dinner with Jay-Z. You take the dinner with Jay-Z, and then I can spit all this ball knowledge to you.
That's right.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
We do have both chats pulled up, so if you leave something in Twitch or YouTube, we should be able to see both.
He's like, and if you get confused what we're referring to, maybe you're the one that can't read.
Yeah, maybe it's your problem.
Maybe nobody can read these days. Nobody wants to seek out information, guys, and that's the problem we're in.
Nobody wants to work anymore. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's almost 6:30, guys. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome
I'm
to the
glad to be
stream.
doing another stream. We haven't done one of these in so long.
Exactly.
They are always very fun to do, especially because we get to cover the news as it happens, unlike the podcast where everything's always late all the time.
Especially this
these
week.
days.
Whew.
Clarification on which one is Wasian. Does Jeremy just give iCarly? Nobody knows who anybody is.
And nobody knows who is who. Nobody knows which is which, and nobody knows who's what.
Yeah.
Who, what, when, where. I don't know.
That's
and
right.
neither does MS Now with the lack of journalism that they're putting out there. Holy moly. We got a hype train on Twitch. Guys, I don't even know what this means, but hell yeah.
No,
Guys,
Twitch
let's
is
go.
genuinely like a labyrinth. I have no idea what any of that stuff
Exactly.
is. They were talking about GIFs and they were talking about like setting up all kinds of different stuff. There's like it is a crazy menu minefield.
Oh my goodness, this is a banger. Fractal subscribe to shout out, bro. Absolutely shout out. We love Fractal.
I will say, since more people are coming in here, if there is any I'm not going to entertain any Graham Plattner defense on
No,
this live
literally.
stream today. So mods, if there's any Graham Plattner defenders in the chat, feel free to ban them. I'm just like I have a no exceptions policy at this point.
Yes.
Like if you read the story and you understand how it's corroborated, like it is just raps for this guy.
It is quite possibly the most corroborated claim that you can get out there without just having shit on video. Like
Yeah.
it's fully over, man. I don't know. And I do want to say one last thing like on this. I feel vindicated because some of you, maybe not you in the chat, but there were some people in this community that were clowning me when the Lindsay Fifield stuff came out. And I was like, it feels like a believe women accept when they're conservative moment, blah, 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 but I don't really know. And I just got to say, infinite hit of vindication on that one, man, guys.
Yeah,
Whew.
no, I did. I went and listened back to our coverage of
Oh, I
that
was
story
scared
from like
too,
a month
low-key.
ago, and I think it holds up pretty well. We were pretty skeptical of the guy at that time, or
Nice.
at that point. And I will say, like, there's this thing that happens anytime these big controversies come out. We will be making a bingo card, by the way. I have some people.
Gotta
asking.
make a bingo
We'll make a
card.
bingo card in a moment, but we do need to address the Graham
It's
Plattner of it all.
tradition.
There's this thing that happens when this giant news comes out, where some people that happen to be accidentally correct on this act as though everybody should have had this information all along, and if you didn't have their position beforehand, you're somehow morally wrong, like completely.
Yeah.
When obviously, all the controversies came out one after another, right? And we adapt based on the information that we have. But yeah, I don't, the people, especially like the libs and the centrists who were saying they didn't trust Graham Plattner from the jump, we do just have to eat that L on this
No,
one.
we do have to eat that one, guys. Sometimes, and I do want to say this does feel like a broad betrayal, like from
Oh, yeah.
Graham Platter. You know what I mean? Like, don't do this, like just straight up. But I gotta say, shout out to Super Chat. They're listening as extra compensation for allowing the Wednesday Weenie husband to listen to the pod early with me most weeks, guys. That's strictly banned.
No
Guys,
account sharing.
I can't allow this. I'm going Netflix. I'm going HBO Max. There's no account sharing on the Hit Up Patreon. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's stealing. You're stealing from a small business, from a humble content creator.
And Selmer dropped in the chat that like they're not taking any lip essentially from the liberals who also supported like Clinton and Cuomo and Eric Swalwell and all these others. Like,
near attendance.
this isn't like there are some who are trying to make this like a broad indictment of the left, but very obviously like it's just an issue with men, right?
Yes.
Like
No,
the
100%.
right wing obviously have men who are like, serial abusers. I mean, Donald Trump's the goddamn president. The center's obviously got problems with Andrew Cuomo, Eric Swalwell, and that kind of stuff. And then
There's
obviously the
audio
left
from
with Plattner.
from the debate stream pulled up right now. It's the pre-commentary. We can't air that. Oh wait, it's an interview with my guy. Shouts out.
Wait, let's take a look.
Yeah, wait, hold on a minute, guys. This might be breaking news.
At least from my perspective, why does this go around feel different?
Oh, they're
You know, when I
talking
ran
about
last
his-
time, I said something
Yeah.
that folks weren't quite ready to hear, which is that Donald Trump is not himself the disease of our politics. He's just the worst symptom of the disease. The disease is the system that allows big corporations, billionaires, special interests to buy and sell politicians in ways that leave them rigging the system against us. We pay more for the stuff we got to buy, get paid less for the work that we do, watch our tax dollars get misappropriated abroad to drop bombs on other people rather than invest in
interviews have a better production value
for our own. And I think 8 years on, that message is just resonating even more. We've come through a number of crises.
This is as loud as it's going to get apparently for some reason.
People feel like their jobs are less secure than they have been.
Can we up it on the mixer?
And I think they recognize the truth in that message. And the question to us is, what do we do about it now? And we're offering an opportunity to think differently.
Bought a 6-pack for this occasion in the Twitch chat. Nothing else.
All right, well.
nothing else you could do there. Oh my goodness. There's a bingo card. You can treat it as a drinking game. You might die though. And I think it's time, without further ado, that we bust out this bingo card, guys.
That's right, guys. This is a tradition for Hiddo live streams, especially our debate coverage. We do have to do a bingo card, and I will say, we're starting with one spot already filled in. We can put this wherever we want, but like Hassan Piker will get mentioned in this debate.
It's no question. Haley Stevens will attack him for it. And I'm wondering, while we stick on this, what Haley Stevens is going to attack him on. Do we get a Abdul is a misogynist allegation thrown out
100%.
there?
That's the only line of attack they've had.
Right?
Recently.
And it's been a crazy one. They hit the group chats. It's been all over Twitter from a bunch of random accounts. People are in our replies talking about it, and it's insane. And I love how we talked about it on the show. I don't know if all you are patrons, probably not, but you should be. We talked about it on the show, Wednesday Weenies will get on Wednesday, where it's like the reason they're calling Abdul a misogynist is because he said something that was true about Haley Stevens, and it's that she can't string two sentences together because she's so used to being told what to say by all her corporate donors. That's a banger.
And like the misogyny allegations have been stretched so far that now they're trying to lump in Abdul with Graham Plattner.
Yep.
Like there are a lot of centrist accounts out there that are saying like, we warned you about Graham Plattner, now you need to listen to us about Abdul. And it's like, these are just not the same people. They haven't ever been the same people. People have been trying to link Plattner and Abdul together in the hopes that if Plattner's controversies sink him, which they are, they would also sink Abdul, but they're just not the same guy, like at all.
They never have been the same guy. They've never had the same style of campaigning, and they certainly have not had the same controversies. It's been fundamentally absurd this whole time.
Yeah.
But with Graham Plattner, guys, I think we also get a Graham Plattner mention at this debate. And I'm basing this idea off a lot about the last round of like debates we got 2 years ago, like the Republican primary debates, the presidential debates, where if something was like big news that everyone was talking about, it was one of the first questions that they were asked. I don't know if this is going to be different, but I think it's pretty reasonable that we might get a mention of Graham Plattner, considering this is a Democratic primary as well.
I do think we're going to get Abdul anti-Semitism allegations.
Ooh, big.
I'm interested to see how Haley Stevens tries to spin that one, but it's almost certainly going to happen.
Yeah.
And I do.
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
If Abdul doesn't bring that up, I think I'm going to lose faith in the guy.
Ooh, fake doctor allegations. That's good too. This is really good, guys. I think we're cooking. Israel 100%. Does Israel count as something that's different from anti-Semitism allegations? I would argue it does.
The Dreams of Israel?
Just like questions about Israel. Is Dreams of Israel stand-in for just questions about Israel?
No, I specifically want Abdul to ask her if she still sees Israel in her dreams. Because like that is such a fucking bang. And that's just like a clip trove right there.
It is. And Mehdi Hassan did the same thing.
Yeah.
Mehdi Hassan and Zateo,
they
did the same exact clip that we put out there. Oh, got 100,000 views, by the way. What can I say? I think we put Israel as the second square, just like Israel policy questions or Gaza genocide questions.
I'll say Israel APAC.
Israel APAC. Oh, guys, I think we got to get an Obama mention in there. We're dealing with Haley Stevens, and I don't know.
100%.
I don't know how many of you are localized to the Michigan area, but we talk about ads all the time. We talk about how ads are like the worst thing ever, specifically Haley Stevens ads, and specifically the ads that are being paid for by the $34 million that's flowed into her campaign. In like all of them, she just plays the one clip of Obama saying her name because she worked on some auto rescue team.
Yeah, if we've got some time, we can take a look at the mute Discord notifications.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Thank you so much. I'll figure out how to do that. But she loves to mention Obama, and we'll take a look at some of the ads if we've got some time beforehand.
Yes. Does Israel have a right to exist? Boy, wouldn't that be a question. And it's not that far off that it's going to be a question. I like this bridge mention one. A little bit of Gordie Howe in here. A little bit of Gordie Howe.
Yeah, we'll throw the Gordie Howe up there. Disable notification sounds.
See, I'm not too sure we get a Mamdani mention. I'm not too sure. I'm confused. I don't know what context that would come up in. Data centers are going to be a big. This is good. This is good. Argentine boa. How do we pay for Medicare for all? These are good. What are some goofy ones though, guys?
Gordie Howe bridge mentioned. Let's see. Medicare for all is being too radical.
You think Haley Stevens gets up there and like says something along the lines of "We can't dream big," like she's been saying?
Maybe. No, I don't. There's no way she can just say that, right? But she did say it to a reporter.
She did say
so
it
like
to somebody about, or like, we can't do something big. Like, oh, there's going to be a lot of posturing about how we need the majority more than anything, and she's the most electable candidate. That's just going to be something that's on there. I don't know if it makes a bingo square, but DTE and data centers.
I forgot to mention. Yeah, McMorrow's not here. If you guys haven't, I guess maybe they might not know because the episode hasn't come out yet for the public.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, McMorrow dropped out of the race last week, and that's been completely overshadowed by the Graham Plattner news, of course. But yeah, McMorrow's out of the race. It's just Stevens versus Abdul. Sorry for not mentioning that for our non-patrons.
Yes, no, Loki, like when it comes to this debate specifically, I feel like I'm very happy that she's not there because it just gets to be the battle of good versus evil. Like
unambiguously, dude.
I was gonna get to laugh about her taking up time to like say whatever bullshit that she was going to say, but now I get to laugh at Haley Stevens trying to string two sentences together and Abdul Loki like mogging her. Jared Goff chant, wouldn't that be crazy, bro? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Filibuster. I'm interested in the filibuster question specifically because she failed to answer it consistently at the Mackinac debate.
Oh,
so maybe
true.
she fumbles it. No way she fumbles it twice.
No way.
No way she fumbles it twice.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she does just hide from questions. It's crazy.
Someone mispronounces Abdul's name. Oh, that'd be crazy. Imagine she drops Abdul's
she drops
full name.
The full one. Oh my God.
Abdul Rahman Mohammed El-Sayed.
All right, what else? What else can we put in here, guys? What else can we put in here? You think there's a Detroit Lions mention? There might be a Detroit Lions mention.
I am just going to throw in here like a blanket Islamophobia.
Okay, that's fire.
I feel like that's just like an instant guaranteed one to happen because like Haley Stevens' main argument against Abdul is like he's a misogynist and he's Arab.
Oh, imagine if this is like the Republican debates or just like Republicans back in the 2024 cycle when they would just intentionally mispronounce Kamala's name.
Yeah, Abdul.
Oh my God, that'd be a banger. That'd be insane. Obviously not a banger because like you know what I mean by it's a banger. She's an evil woman. We need fighters or something like that. That's good. Oh, I'm the only one that can fight Trump. This is another thing that might go crazy. Instant win square of Haley Stevens says the Shahada and reverts to the light of Allah on stage.
She pulls out a prayer rug on stage.
Yes.
Misogyny allegations count as Islamophobia. That's true. Yeah, I guess that's sort of the same. But I think they're distinct enough.
Yeah, I would also say they're distinct enough.
She could pull out like, oh, Abdul loves Hamas, and then that's Islamophobia, you know what I mean? So I think they're disparate enough to keep them separate.
Man, I hope Cade Cunningham is an Abdul guy. That'd make me really disappointed if by some measure he went for Haley Stevens.
Imagine he shows up in an ad like next week.
Oh my God, just like he shows up in those fucking, what is it, Figer Law that gets all the athletes?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mike Morris Law Firm. Oh,
voting to thank ICE. Voting to thank ICE.
Mm.
Voting to thank ICE.
Oh, Michigander. 100% we get a Michigander. And you know, if there's one reason that Haley Stevens can't represent me, my friends, and my family, it's because we don't talk like that.
We don't talk like that. We're from Michigan, born and raised in Michigan. We don't sound like her, but I feel like we can't put anything making fun of her accent in here because she just talks like that. I feel like that sort of violates like the spirit of the game.
That's valid. That's valid.
She does just sound like that.
We might need a Michigander count, though, because despite her sounding like that, I remember at the Mackinac debate, people were putting up counters of how many times people mentioned Michigan, and Haley Stevens was like 29 compared to like 8 from Abdul and Mallory. It's crazy how much she panders.
Oh, something popped up. No, we're good.
My campaign is a love letter to Michigan. Is that her line?
How do you feel about Abdul presidential run? He already shot it down, but I do need it.
Can he?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he was born here.
Oh, that's right. We talked to him about that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He was born here.
Damn, that would be kind of goated.
Yeah. We'll probably do get a data center mention, or at the very least a question. I don't love Abdul's like data center response. I wish he would go a little bit harder.
No, neither do I.
He sort of previewed it on our show when he talked about public ownership, but like I do need people to start talking about how Sam Altman's just objectively evil.
Yes.
Like all of these billionaires are just objectively evil.
And it's like, I know it's probably not the work of like candidates who are running or even just like politicians in general who are trying to like message to the public about things. It's more like work for people like us, people who like do things where people listen to them for a couple hours at a time. But like, I do wish people would talk more about like the negative effects of data centers insofar as they enable things like flock safety cameras, quote unquote safety cameras.
Shout out Mallory McMorrow.
And mass surveillance and whatnot. Shit's crazy.
UAW endorsement mention. Yeah, they're definitely going to be battling for who's the true like labor candidate.
Who's the real auto candidate?
Yeah,
is probably what it's going to be.
Oh, not a real doctor allegations. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Fleet Admiral Coke.
I can't believe people try and like say like it's just like nobody is real, man. Nobody is real. Take a gander at this misogynist radical Islamist.
That's really good, dude.
Convention booing getting brought up would be awesome.
No,
I
he
mean,
won't.
it's
He
not
won't.
going to happen
It's too far
because
for him.
pretty much like every politician who was there distanced themselves from the booing, which I understand. However, I still maintain that booing Haley Stevens at the Michigan Democratic Convention is the funniest thing ever. That is actually awesome. Abdul mocking straight to camera. That's a given, guys. Come on. That's basically free space.
Yeah, he just looks like that.
He just does that. He just does.
Oh, I have voting to thank guys twice on here. Whoopsie.
Quotes the Constitution. What if she gets booed when she walks on stage again? I don't think it'd be the type of crowd to do that.
Oh, Joan of Arc was a part of that booing? That's so goated.
Really?
That's so sick.
Hell yeah.
The booing was awesome, man. I wish I was there for it.
I do wish I was there for it too. And it's like, shout out Abdul. We know how I feel about Abdul, but I can't take anybody seriously when they're like, no, the booing is wrong. Just because it doesn't confirm my priors.
The booing is objectively hilarious.
It's just funny, guys.
Susan Stevens joint fundraising. Yeah, that was APAC. It was on APAC's homepage. It was Susan Collins and Haley Stevens fundraiser right next to each other.
And wasn't it? It's confirmed that like she approved that, or like her campaign staff.
Oh yeah, of course.
Dude,
they had to have. It's earmarked funds. Like it's not just something that happens by accident.
I could see Abdul bringing that up if it like made the rounds enough to get to like his team and everything.
Abdul benching 315 on stage.
Oh,
Yup.
Yeah, they got a bench set up right there.
Yeah, prove your strength.
Supreme Court mention. I would love a question about Supreme Court reform. Has Abdul talked about it that much? I don't think we talked about it in our interview.
But I'm sure he'd be a fan of packing. At this point, it's like just expand the court to like 350 million. Everyone's a Supreme Court justice. We vote on every decision.
It's like direct democracy right there.
Yeah.
Party leadership question. Ooh.
Oh yeah, Chuck Schumer. Oh, Schumer question for sure.
Oh, and I wonder if he continues to like not like distance himself from the question, but I think he like gave that answer that was like, yeah, well, if there's a better option, then I'll support getting Schumer out of there.
No, he's cleaned that up recently.
He did.
He said like, yeah, Schumer isn't fit to serve, and Chris Van Hollen should take over.
Nice. That's perfect. Guys, what else are we thinking here?
We need some long shots in here because I feel like all of these are pretty guaranteed.
We do need some long shots. Guys, Kendrick and Eminem halftime show at the debate. Eminem pops up.
Endorses Stevens.
Mitch McConnell mentioned. There's no way we're getting a Mitch. There's no way we're getting a Mitch McConnell mention.
Oh, that'd be so sick. Mitch McConnell's dead, guys. Like it's almost certain. Mitch McConnell death announcement.
What's a niche thing? What's like something more niche with the Michigan Center race that maybe might possibly get brought up?
We got Plattner mentioned already.
Nobody's gonna mention like Alyssa Slotkin. Like I can't conceive like Royal Oak mention if only Mallory was still in it.
Oh, you know
guys,
what?
This bingo would be so easy if Mallory was still in the debate. I can tell you that right now.
I can almost guarantee we'll get one of these. Say something nice about your opponent.
Oh my God.
I hate that shit, dude.
Didn't they do that at the Republican debates?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
They do it all the time, dude. I don't know why our media has like fetishized this kind of question. It's so fucking stupid.
It's like the same thing as like Joe Biden's type of bipartisanship. It's all just dumb and fake.
Like, oh yeah, say something nice about this fucking bloodthirsty Zionist. Like, what do you want from me, man?
No, for real. Some shitty pop culture joke that lands flat, maybe. I think that would be like a Lions mention, right?
Trump impeachment question. I do think Stevens will probably bring up, she's going to be like, I introduced articles of impeachment against RFK Jr. And it's like, that's just the type of shit that doesn't matter. No, do you condemn Hamas?
Oh, this Abdul gets blasted for being a millionaire. That's actually fire. That's actually a really good one. Haley Stevens has been on that wave recently.
Oh, yeah. Release your tax returns.
Dude, fucking so fucking stupid.
Abdul.
That one got me, man. Haley Stevens 6'7" joke. She would.
Allegations.
Stevens fact checking with no sources. I wonder what the moderator's stance on this is. Like whether or not they'll be like interjecting to fact check. I wonder if there'll be too many things that they can fact check. I'm not sure.
Like I wonder what tack she takes on this. Like, does she just go full conservative on this, where it's like Abdul's a terrorist?
I've never heard her do this, but that doesn't mean she hasn't. Does she do like a Michigan is a border state kind of thing in the context of like ICE?
No, I don't think so. I think she's just like it's more of like a casual support of ICE than I think like an outright we need to lock down the border. Okay. Although I could be wrong on that.
That's valid.
No, I don't think Abdul will bring up stringing two sentences together again.
But do we think she will? Do we think that she'll bring up stringing two sentences?
I think she'll bring it up as a part of the misogyny stuff, honestly.
True. Did we put
Cuba
we put Plattner mention on
Yeah,
here?
we got Plattner up here.
We got Fake Doctor on here. Who's monitoring the debate? Is it just like local news type shit?
Yeah, it's Wood TV,
Yeah.
which I think is a NBC affiliate. I can
Stevens tries to claim McMorrow's endorsement. Wouldn't that be funny? They talked to. This is horrible. Why would they publish this? That just looks bad. Abdul called a communist? No, she's not that much of a Republican. She's still a Republican, let me tell you.
Stevens will reform. Do we have? We got voting to thank ICE. Yeah, we'll throw up here like reform Trump's ICE.
Yeah,
because the voting to thank ICE is like an attack I want that I want Abdul to launch. Reform.
Oh, we got something about DTE would be great, especially with the outages that just happened. Rashida's been like on one when it comes to that. She's been doing phenomenal because they affected her district like crazy.
Yeah. So what? DTE.
I would just say DTE slander, maybe.
It's not really slander.
DTE, yeah, true. DTE mention.
Yeah. That's almost certain, but we'll put it in here.
DTE apologia from
Haley Stevens
would be insane.
Does take money from DTE.
Yes.
So like DTE is the Michigan utility company.
It's the monopoly utility that like sucks super bad.
One of our few monopoly utilities that gets fucking all the money they need.
No, there's not going to be a Will Lawrence mention, unfortunately.
Oh, Russia, Ukraine. Imagine Abdul has like a pro-Ukraine take and all the lefties abandon him.
Yeah.
Like Kat Abu-Ghazali, man.
Yeah. That's the thing that takes up. Mop up Michigan. Oh, money out of politics type things. Do we have anything on there about like
NATOization of Finland? Yeah. Shout out Joe Biden.
Keystone policy, man. That's his legacy. That's what he's going to be remembered for.
Some of you people have like deep memories, dude.
$32,500 is how much he's taken on paper from DTE. That's awesome. I believe it.
Actually,
I think that tracks with like numbers I've heard before.
Integrity.
Yeah, DTE sucks bigly, guys. There was just massive like outages that lasted like for days in like some spots of Dearborn, and they offered $42 in a swag bag.
This is from our associate Nico Agosta. This is his political action committee. They track all this kind of stuff. Or Stocking the Capital. You might know him by that. She's taken so much goddamn money from corporations, dude. I think corporate PAC money, $97,000. This might just be over the last recent stretch. I know. Oh yeah. I saw 800,000 was the figure I saw the other day.
A Hiddo shout out from Abdul. Man, wouldn't that be something? You know, if Mallory was still on there.
That's corporate PAC money. Yeah, okay.
Okay, if Mallory was still on there, it would be an incredible long shot, but it would be funny if he was like, at least I show up to interviews. Oh my goodness.
Where is DTE?
Is that the guy you interviewed? Abdul is, and also Will Lawrence is the guy we interviewed. If you do want to learn more about Will Lawrence, who's surging, by the way, shout out Will. We will 2026. You can go check out our interview on that. It's attached to one of our episodes a couple months back. But he's a good guy. He was an organizer with the Sunrise Movement. He's done a lot, and a lot of people are starting to talk about him now.
Oh, the corporate money comes from transfers from her house campaign. That's what it is. So let's look at her house campaign. Yeah, $500,000. That shit's insane, dude.
Wow.
DTE Energy, $10K. Like, come on. It's just like she just takes money from the people causing the problem.
Is this from her most recent house campaign though? Did they donate $10K to her?
24.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyhow.
DTE money. She's taking Blue Cross Blue Shield money.
Who are you leaning for governor? Like I voted for Benson already.
Yeah.
Because like Chris Swanson's a cornball. But like Benson, like the data center thing kills me, man.
The data center.
Isn't that illegal? No, it is illegal to take money from corporations. Well, corporations' political action committees.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to fill out these last 5-6 squares.
Yeah, guys, come on, give me some real long shots that still have a chance though. Like it's a long shot, but it's still a shot. Like you miss 100% of the tops, you don't take type shit.
Oh yeah, the I'm gonna put in here Iran/Lebanon war votes because Haley voted to continue them.
Oh, a war apologia.
War vote/apologia.
Stevens mentioned she went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. No, the house campaign money transfer, of course. World Cup red card PS. You know what? They would ask about some dumb shit like that.
50K from SpaceX is nuts. I didn't even see that. That's so awesome, dude. Okay. Thanks, Supreme Court. It's hard to know like what Stevens is gonna do, man.
SCOTUS mentioned. We have SCOTUS reform on here, don't we?
No, but we can put Supreme Court on here because those decisions were crazy.
Yeah, let's throw out court reform. We got Gordie Howe, yeah?
Yeah, we got Gordie Howe down here.
Yes, sir.
Something America 250. What do you like most about our country? Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, that's low-key valid. Purple state discourse. Ooh, Haley. No, we get Haley Stevens mentioning she's the only candidate who's flipped a red seat. 100%. That's there. 100%.
I'll just put electability.
You guys, if you guys are drinking, you're gonna die. If you guys are taking shots for all of these, it's over. It's lights out for you.
Gonna need a clip of that later.
Synagogue attack mentioned. Ooh.
Oh yeah, because Abdul's the only person to have a fucking adult take on that,
and he's the only Muslim in the race.
Or
you gotta attack him.
9/11. 9/11. Like that's gonna get mentioned. I'll just put 9/11 in here. 9/11 mention.
I'm curious, how many of you guys are here because you like live in Michigan and you're like wondering about this, and how many are here because you're just like love of the game? You like that we don't like these guys, and it's an important Senate race, by the way, most important race in the country, I would argue.
9/11 was the synagogue attack.
Podcast mention or TikTok mention, if only, man.
Abdul response. Okay, there's that. Yeah, because Abdul. The thing that blows my mind is like, especially with like the Hassan Piker, America Deserved 9/11 stuff, then Abdul's response to like that synagogue attack that happened a few months ago. It's like what these guys are talking about is the term that's recognized by the CIA, blowback.
Yes.
Like that's all it is. It's just saying like when we do crazy shit abroad, that violence will come home. It's a term that it's a thing the CIA recognizes.
Also, love to see most of you here just for the love of the game. Just for the love of the game. It's awesome. I'm glad the Michigan race is important, and I hope that it goes the right way, because oh my God, either way I'm probably gonna crash out no matter the outcome.
Almost certainly.
Almost certainly, because I would be crashing out about people on Twitter who are saying Abdul can't win, or I'll be crashing out about Haley winning, because that's just disastrous. That is just disastrous.
Abdul,
all right, we got one more space, guys. We got to make it a good one.
Oh yeah, what if you lose against Mike Rogers?
Oh, that could be good.
Voted for Abdul and Kyle Blomquist? Hell yeah, dude.
Money. We got an MI1 voter.
M1. Long shot. Hito mention? No, that just won't happen.
It can't happen.
That just won't happen.
I wish it would. I wish it would.
That'd be so sick. I'd feel crazy.
Yes. I'd feel like I could actually take credit for some of this stuff, although I am still taking credit for the dropout that happened.
Fent mention.
Fent has been a staple on most of these bingo cards.
That's true, because the Republicans always bring it up. So annoying, dude. Oh man, we got like almost 400 viewers in here. That's crazy. Welcome to the stream, guys.
I wonder.
Debate starting soon.
Is there a way that they ask about McMorrow? Like, is there a way that it gets shoehorned in there, like McMorrow mention? I feel like McMorrow mention makes sense as a long shot last spot.
Okay.
Because I feel like either of them could be like, oh, and McMorrow, she ran a great race. You know what? Maybe in the same vein as like the say something nice about your opponent.
Yeah.
Maybe say something nice about Mallory McMorrow.
Yeah. Abdul, do you think you were too hard on McMorrow?
Oh my God.
All right. This is our debate card. I will export this, drop it in the Discord for people to share around. We'll post it on Twitter and all that. Let's see.
Debate in 5 minutes.
Debate in 5.
Abdul in 5. McMorrow dropout equals Hito mention truly. Yeah, surely Abdul gets on there and he's like, McMorrow dropped out. I would love for voters to join my coalition. Also, they dropped out because of the pressure put on them by head in the office, and that it was a good thing and not a bad thing. Yep.
Bingo. All right, dropping that onto. It is now in the general chat. If we've got any Discord heads that are here and want the bingo card for themselves, we'll need you guys to keep track of the bingos, because we'll obviously be, I almost said moderating the debate. We'll be commenting on the debate.
If only.
We're members of the commentary.
Could you imagine a Hito moderating debate? Oh, it'd be over.
I'll put it in the mod chat too, just so our moderators have easier
guys,
access to
I would be biased. And you keep updating this throughout the show, guys. Come on.
I'm going to post it on Twitter real quick, because, guys, that's part of my job.
It's good, man. We love Twitter,
Posting
man.
is part of my job.
If you guys aren't following Head in the Office on Twitter, genuinely, what are you doing on Twitter.com? That shit is phenomenal. Some of our best work lands on that website, guys. And it doesn't always make it to the pod. It just doesn't. It's just not. It's different platforms, different mediums. And you know what that one guy said, the medium is the message? Come on.
Yeah.
And you want to get the messages from us.
All right, let's see where we're at with this live stream.
Biased moderators are the best. Agreed.
Our camera just died.
Are you serious?
What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Camera dead. No signal. Elgato, no signal. Oh, my God. All right, Gage is going to fix this real quick. Oh, man. I don't know how that happened. We got a spare battery, though. Oh, we didn't plug it in. Spare battery. I got one over here, too, if you need it. My bad, chat. You know how these things go. Concepts of a live stream. Concepts of a live stream. So it just died?
Yeah.
It didn't overheat?
No, it just died.
Okay, straight up. Don't worry, guys. We're getting it back online in just a second. We'll bring up something for you guys to look at while we wait. No signal. Not yet. Is it showing up on your side? I might just have to reboot the... Don't worry, guys. We're coming back in a moment.
Frustrated with what they see in Washington, and then they see things in Lansing not getting done the way they want. It just breeds dissatisfaction with the system. But independents
everything
are the
good,
ones
everything
that are
looking
going to make
spiffy.
their votes based on the candidate. They're going to make their votes based on the policies that candidate is talking about.
It's a true podcast live. Exactly, guys. That's what we're going for. We're authentic podcasters. None of this video bullshit.
History is clear in Michigan.
Why is this not giving us audio?
You win.
What's
now,
not
you
giving
can
us audio?
win the race without winning independence.
I'm hearing
the
it.
turnout
Oh,
in your
really?
party
You're not
is
hearing
much higher than the other.
Oh.
But if I was, you know,
Oh, no.
Bro, what the fuck?
I feel I can hear the damn. It's crazy.
In November.
Donate to Hiddo for more camera batteries. Facts. Big on that, guys. Big on that.
Not just the base that gets them to the primary.
What the fuck?
Somebody's saying they hear audio in left headphone, left ear only. So it's definitely. Did it get changed? Did the settings get changed? I got low-key overstimulated right now. Did the audio get changed so that it's like that? Like
changed a lot.
I don't know how to describe it, but where it's like
the issues are
right
pretty
ear,
much
spatial
the same
audio type
that we
shit,
talk
and it's
about.
registering my
it's taxes,
like thing as left ear.
Who's going to get what?
Can you hear us? Can you hear me? I guess in both of your ears.
You know, social media.
Far left audio.
A lot of the incentives for legislators at the federal and state level have changed. You don't have a lot of the gatekeepers like yourself.
Tuning in from the Detroit Abdul Watch Party, and you know, technically we're in a Detroit Abdul Watch Party right now.
So I think it's difficult. I think people are more independent actors as legislators and Congress people. They have their own brand.
Pumping stream audio through the left channel from Twitch chat. Scuffed ass stream for real. Hey bro.
I don't know how to fix. How would we fix this? How does this even work?
Is there a channel thing?
It was working before.
Leftist podcast, of course you're going to get left ear audio. Yeah, of course something's going to fuck up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Graham Plattner is the next senator.
Okay, it's their stream because this is working. It's their stream.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Let's see. Primary debate.
No, I can't hear it. Yeah, okay, interesting. Could you guys hear the Bernie thing?
Yeah, well, I could, so I'm guessing it's working.
Yeah, they must have. See, guys, it's not our problem this time. We didn't do anything wrong.
Hashtag ad Michigan. Okay.
We've never done anything wrong. We've never had a bad take.
Actually, you know what that is? That's local radio.
We gotta fund it, guys. We gotta fund it.
All right, I'm gonna try to find it.
Oh yeah, wouldn't be surprised on the Scuffed Ass debate stream. Classic.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
No one cares about state, buddy. Are you on Twitch? Yeah, we're also streaming on Twitch.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Imagine not paying for premium. Big. Should have streamed from my personal YouTube account.
This debate finally comes down tonight, 7 o'clock.
I wouldn't be
Grand Rapids,
7 o'clock,
Michigan.
Buddy,
we're just waiting for things to get started there at
get a drink.
TV8 Studios. I'm told we are good to go, so let's go ahead and watch the Michigan Democratic primary debate.
It's starting. Now. Oh my God! Moral support super chat. Shout out Sharon Fawn. Cool. Oh shit, this is a little quiet.
I always like it when we agree.
Scuffed ass stream, guys.
What is obvious corruption? What is going to happen to check that?
Somebody that's going to serve our local community like Gerald Ford did.
I want roads fixed.
Working for things that are positive for Michigan.
Tonight, night one of Debate Week. An open U.S. Senate seat. 2 candidates. 2 visions for Michigan. Abdul El-Sayed.
There really is an opportunity to either pick politics as usual or politics is different. People desperately want politics as different right now.
Still?
U.S. Representative Haley Stevens.
I see this as a made in Michigan moment. And we have a story to tell, and we need a champion in the United States Senate.
Who earns the chance to carry the Democratic ballot into one of the most consequential Senate races in the country? The choice is yours. Live from the Wood TV studios in Grand Rapids and your local election headquarters. This is night one of Debate Week in Michigan. Democratic Senate primary.
Am I still?
Good evening. I'm Rick Alvin, your moderator for tonight's debate, along with Amber Kriska, who will be here with viewer questions. Candidates, welcome to you and welcome to viewers across the state watching here on Wood TV, our sister station, WLNS in Lansing, and partners in Detroit, Marquette, Alpena, Traverse City, and Flint. This truly is Debate Week in Michigan. Here's a quick review of the rules. Each question goes to each candidate for a 60-second response in an order determined by a drawing earlier in this process. A 30-second rebuttal will follow after each candidate has given their initial response. The only possible change to that would be for the final question. Depending on how much time is left in the program, we may eliminate the rebuttal or adjust the length of time to answer the question. There is no opening statement. There will be a 60-second closing.
Put debate volume down. Guys,
it is time for our first question in Debate Week in Michigan. Again, welcome to both of you. The first question will go to you, sir. The number one issue facing people from coast to coast and right here in Michigan is no surprise. It's inflation, it's affordability. Everything costs too much. You can't fix it all. But if you're elected to the U.S. Senate, tell me one proactive thing you would do to make Michiganders' lives more affordable. 60 seconds, sir.
I've been up and down my state. 110 different cities, 450 public events. No matter where I go, people say the same thing. I just can't afford to live here anymore.
Yeah, let's pause debate.
Yeah. No change.
Better? Okay. I turned it down in the digital.
Okay, perfect.
I'll turn it down a bit more. Pump it for us. Turn it down for you guys. I don't know why it was doing that.
That would be lovely.
We got it at minus 24 decibels. Let's go.
I'm so worried about the price of groceries.
Let us know if it's better.
I can't afford my gas. It's $5. I'm worried about getting sick because I can't afford my deductible. There's a number of things we need to do. Number one, we need to tackle healthcare by guaranteeing everybody healthcare without a deductible.
Good.
Typical leftist stream.
Pay through Medicare for all. Number two, we need to stand up.
Perfect. So quiet. Too quiet?
Number three,
we are quiet?
No way. We are what? We are,
Charlie Kirk. Okay, too quiet now.
It means making sure that we are standing with Michiganders
Let me know now.
in their moments of crisis by making schools
too loud
that our kids can go. By
I'm gonna scream.
The potholes.
I'm gonna scream.
Cause punctured tires every time you try to drive anywhere. But all of this has to happen by way of getting the corruption out of our politics.
Stop the count.
So long as
Stop the count.
We can't actually enact these solutions because they're getting.
I'm seeing a lot of debates too quiet.
For when they pay for their politicians.
The debate.
Congresswoman Stevens, 60
Okay, turn it up again.
Well, thank you so much, Wood TV, and to everyone across Michigan tuning in tonight. As your next United States Senator, I will run through anyone and anything to lower costs.
Good, right there.
Okay.
I'm starting.
Money on groceries bill.
All right, good.
My bill to
Thank you for bearing
lower
with us.
your utility bill. Look,
taking
I'm the
DTE
only
money.
person running for United States Senate
Thank you for
in
working
Michigan
with us.
who is not a millionaire. I am not trying to sell a book
millionaire.
or a
Put
podcast.
it down on bingo.
I'm the only one on this stage who doesn't have a talent agent trying to pitch me for paid speeches. And
oh my God,
unlike
she's
my
coming out
opponent,
swinging. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not running at the first mic or camera I see. Instead,
that's
my
what you do as a
head
politician.
is down
Literally.
doing the work for the people of
and
Michigan.
it's funny because she's
who
not
need the work
doing
to
anything
be
on the
done.
ground. She's got no events. Like she's
I'm
just
not doing
online.
town halls.
We
I'm not
need
doing
a
any. I don't talk to
workforce.
voters.
And as the most
I'm not
effective
campaigning.
lawmaker for Michigan in the House of Representatives, if you want a fighter and an effective leader for our state, that's me.
We also don't need politicians bought off by corporations.
Let's go!
This race, you've probably seen ad after ad after ad. Not one of those ads was brought to you by the Congresswoman's campaign. All of them brought to you by corporate PACs and APAC, trying to buy a politician who's going to do their bidding instead of yours. That's been the story of our politics for far too long. The question is not whether or not you're a millionaire.
She's pissed.
The question is whether or not you are bowing down
face?
to billionaires. And for too long in our politics, we've watched politicians beg for those dollars only to do that bidding when they actually get to office. That has been the story of my opponent. If you want politics is different, I'm the only one who's never taken a dime from a corporation.
Congresswoman, 30 seconds.
Well, look, transparency is oh so important, and this is why I have released my tax returns.
Are you serious?
Abdul,
oh
he
my
said
God,
that
dude.
transparency is
He's
key,
not Trump.
but yet he hasn't released his tax returns. Abdul, you talk about getting money out of politics and putting money in people's pockets, but who is putting money in yours?
Book sales.
What are
Book
you
sales.
hiding?
His job.
Moving to our next question.
What are
will
we
be first to you,
talking about?
Congresswoman. With a 60-second response, the Trump administration had been negotiating an
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What? Bro, how dare you?
has launched a series of what they call powerful strikes after commercial ships were struck in the Strait of Hormuz. The question is, What should our policy be going forward with Iran? 60 seconds.
Well, our next United States Senator has one mission and one mission only, and that is to fight for the people of Michigan and represent the people of Michigan's interests. Donald Trump
No
is
way we
selling us
dodged the
out
war question.
to this war in Iran that no one asked for, that is raising costs for every Michigander, is totally unacceptable. But here's the deal. In terms of the goal that I have long fought for and pushed for in the United States House of Representatives and what I will work for in the United States Senate, we need long-term peace. Donald Trump has failed us. The Prime Minister of Israel has failed in that regard. And he was just coming after me on this today. Look, I am unafraid, Michigan.
Israel comes to me in my
You are my
dreams.
North Star.
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
No unilateral wars at our expense.
60 seconds.
I think it's worth asking why we got into this war in the first place. There is one man who's been wanting this war fought, and that is the Prime Minister of Israel. And the reason that we've seen this war fought is because the impact of AIPAC in our politics. AIPAC has spent tens of millions of dollars in attack ads against me or ads lying about the Congresswoman's record. They clearly want one individual, and it's not me. And ask yourself why it is that we are paying $5 gas, why it is we can't seem to get out of this quagmire. It's because for too long, our foreign policy has been handed to us by the likes of the State of Israel and AIPAC, who has made sure that Democrats and Republicans are doing their bidding. I don't take that money. They are spending against me because they've called me the most dangerous candidate for the U.S.-Israel relationship, because maybe I don't want to waste our money fighting wars we don't need to spend, and instead I want that spent here to rebuild our schools here, to make sure we have functional infrastructure here in Michigan, to make sure that we have healthcare here in Michigan. And so long as our politicians continue to be bought off by AIPAC, do not be surprised when we fight wars that are in their best interest, to annex Israel, to annex Lebanon, or to do genocide in Gaza.
Banger.
Congresswoman, 30 seconds.
Banger
Well,
answer.
Abdul, I would say no one is afraid of you. And in fact, the GOP is spending thousands of dollars to prop up your campaign because they think they will make it easier
This is pathetic.
for Mike Rogers to win if you are the nominee. I do not plan to make anything easier for Republicans or Mike Rogers. What I do is I take on tough fights for Michigan, tough races,
Tough
and
fights
I win.
in favor of Israel.
Tough fights to
30
give
seconds
Israel
to wrap
hella
up this
money
question.
to thank
Well,
ICE.
you know, if Congresswoman Stevens makes it or Mike Rogers wins, either way, Israel will win. AIPAC is perfectly fine with either of my two opponents because they know that they will have a comfortable, reliable vote in the U.S. Senate. If you want politics to work for you, if you want politics to rebuild your schools or fix your infrastructure or to invest in your health care, you have an alternative choice.
My man is
We're
on
running to
board.
get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all. There's a reason that both Chuck Schumer and Donald Trump don't want to see me on the inside of the U.S. Senate because I'm a threat to politics as usual.
Moving on, but staying in the Middle East.
she got her ass cooked on that one.
No, she did. I don't know why she's swinging this hard.
The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues, and Israel maintains that eliminating Hamas remains essential to its security. What, if any, is the role of the United States in trying to resolve this long-standing impasse? 60 seconds, sir.
Yo.
Well, I'll tell you this. For a long time, every president has said that they believe in a two-state solution. The problem, of course, is that our policy has been to subsidize the Israeli military to the tune of billions of your tax dollars every single year. And their goal is to foreclose on the possibility of a Palestinian state. I believe in international law. I believe we have to hold every country to international law, which means to me that we need to stop funding the Israeli military in unilateral blank checks. That also includes Egypt. That includes Saudi Arabia. I also believe that we cannot continue to sell weapons to a country that is doing human rights abuses, genocide, and apartheid. I also believe that we need to stop running cover for what has become a rogue state that is now trying to annex southern Lebanon. And I also believe that your money needs to be spent here. Because at the end of the day, the ultimate losers are you and me, the taxpayers who paid that money to provide good infrastructure, build schools, provide health care for our own kids, not to watch it get sent to buy bombs and tanks that end up annihilating other people and their children.
Congresswoman, 60 seconds.
Oh,
The goal has to be long-term peace, and this is what I have long worked for. I stood alongside
Israel comes
families
to me in
who
my
had
dreams.
relatives taken hostage by Hamas, and I called for a permanent ceasefire. The difference between my opponent and myself on this issue is that I believe in a two-state solution. I can say that Israel has a right to peacefully exist alongside the people of Palestine and in Gaza.
Keep sending
It
them
is
money to
very
kill
clear
people, though.
that Mr. Netanyahu has not made us safer, has not brought us closer to peace.
It's only criticism for Netanyahu.
Jews here in America and around the world. This is why he was just trashing me today on CNN.
Oh my God, it's all she has. It's all she has, dude.
I am not afraid to stand up, and I continue to stand up for humanitarian aid, for the U.S. to work with the countries in the region.
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
30 seconds.
Look, I believe in equal rights to peace, dignity, and self-determination for
Mr.
Palestinians
Netanyahu
and
is
Jewish
crazy.
Israelis
You're not
alike.
the New York Times.
But the question I think the Congresswoman needs to answer is, why has she allowed
Ask her if it's a
$40
genocide.
million of outside spending, the bulk of it coming from AIPAC, to come into this race? I don't think Benjamin Netanyahu is attacking her to actually attack her. I think he's attacking her to try and steer away the stink of how staunchly she stands.
That's what
for
I
their
was going to
policy.
say.
Yup.
That's
Let's
what
take
I
that
was going to
opportunity.
say.
Explain what you've given away for AIPAC support in this race.
30 seconds to wrap up.
No
She's
one
mad.
owns
She's
my
pissed.
vote, and no one owns my policies.
Cap.
Anyone who is contributing to my Senate campaign is doing so because of my proven record of fighting for Michigan.
Fighting for
What I
Israel.
did when
Israel
I
comes
served as
to me
chief
in my
of staff of
dreams.
U.S. Auto Rescue, saving 200,000 Michigan jobs.
No,
and
she
what
is fuming.
I have done
She's so
to
pissed,
get the
dude.
CHIPS and Science Act
King
passed
of
and signed
fucking
into
Chad
law.
Abdul
What
versus the
my
Virgin Haley
opponent
Stevens.
needs
What
to
are we
answer
talking about
is
right now?
why
He's
is
mocking.
The GOP spending thousands of dollars to prop up his campaign, saying that he will make Mike Rogers the next U.S. Senator.
She's to get 2.0
All right,
and
we're gonna
insulted to
move on.
get
As I
low
told
key.
you before
Notice we went
started,
from
we have a
millions
lot
of dollars
viewer
from
questions
AIPAC,
and
thousands of
Krista
dollars
is
from the
Yeah.
GOP.
Yeah.
We'll be presenting those. You'll be able to see them there. You'll be able to hear them in the studio. If for any reason they are not clear,
Dude,
let
she's
me
breathing
know,
so
and I will
heavily.
repeat
She's
them.
pissed.
Here is Amber with our first viewer question.
Oh, why
got
did
viewer
we get hit
questions?
up
A
for
lot of
this?
questions
Literally.
on this next topic. Bipartisanship.
Local
Oh my
This is from
God,
Mark Newman.
dude.
In the spirit
Oh
of
my
bipartisanship, talk
God.
specifically about
Kill
how
me
you
now,
will reach
dude.
across
What the
the
fuck?
aisle. Name a particular
Reiner
project
gun
that
and
you
mouth
will
dot
champion
JPEG.
that will require working with the opposing party.
Look up Reiner gun in mouth. You'll know how I feel.
You'll know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
I don't have to just talk about what I would do. I can certainly talk about what I have done in terms of passing bipartisan legislation like the CHIPS and Science Act. But to answer our viewers' question very specifically, I have a plan to lessen Michigan and the United States' dependence on China, to lower
Jesus
costs,
Not on
Christ,
Israel,
dude.
though.
to create those good manufacturing jobs. That is day one legislation.
Who the
for me in the
UAW
United
endorsed,
States
baby.
Senate.
Come on now.
And look, there is a reason why the Center for Effective Lawmaking recognized me as the most effective lawmaker for Michigan
Fuck 'em.
in the Congress, because I fight for us, I win for us. Debbie Stabenow has endorsed my campaign. Our Attorney General Dana Nessel has endorsed me for
Unfortunate.
United States
Unfortunate.
Senate
Who cares?
because of their fight for Michigan and their results for Michigan, and
She
them
does keep
seeing
banging the
same in
table.
me. And so, yes, when we talk about manufacturing, when I bring in my
Debbie,
supplies bill to
stab
the
me
floor,
now.
I feel really excited about getting other colleagues on the Republican side to join me.
Thank you. Move on. Dr. El-Sayed.
Damn, she just shut
I'm
up.
proud to have been endorsed by the UAW.
Big.
And the reason that they've endorsed me is because they understand that I am a fighter for working people. I can tell you that there is bipartisan support already to blow up the USMCA, which has been a cancer on our manufacturing
Type shit.
industry in Michigan and the industrial Midwest in general. That is a bill, of course, that my colleague actually voted for.
Oh,
and I think there's bipartisan
Get her, dude.
consensus that has been a
bad. What is this?
rethink trade policy.
What is
to
she
make sure that we're
doing?
protecting good union jobs in this state and in this country. And I think that means
What the fuck?
rethinking how we do tariffs. Now,
She's
Donald
morphing into
Trump's
something
version
new.
of tariffs is like chemotherapy, but you give the patient all the chemo at the same time. I think there's an opportunity. where
Oh,
you
he
think it
mentioned
out.
chemo? You
think
think she mentions
critically
fake
about
doctor?
How you protect critical budding manufacturing.
He did a
industry.
medicine analogy.
And
Do we get
Dude,
fake doctor?
Benjamin
Training
Netanyahu
partners
about to
about how
bust
you
out
do
of his
this
Haley
in an
Stevens
effort to
suit
build
on stage.
Long-term sustainable manufacturing jobs. I've heard a lot from Republicans
Accuse
saying they
Abdullah
want to
being
bring
Hamas.
manufacturing jobs back. Let's roll up our sleeves, work together to get that done.
30 seconds.
Holy
Congresswoman.
moly.
Well,
Okay.
NAFTA was a crap deal, and it hurt a lot of Michiganders. And
so I
what is
voted for a
also
carbon
hurting us
copy.
Right now are Donald Trump's reckless policies.
Oh my God,
that
bro,
Mike
she can
Rogers
only
has
run
said
against
he wants
Trump,
to
bro.
rubber stamp.
That's
There's
it.
a
She
reason
can't
why
do
the Gordie Howe
anything.
Bridge isn't open.
Gordie
And
Howe!
Mike Rogers is
Gordie Howe
rubber
mentioned.
stamping
Gordie Howe
that.
mentioned.
There's a reason why a trade war is going on with Canada. Small businesses all over Michigan losing revenues as a result. I thought he was going to take
This
on
small
China.
business
I've
lost
got the bill
revenue
to do
because of
that
the
and to
TikTok
lessen our
ban she
dependence and
voted
grow
for.
manufacturing jobs. I've done it once before, and I'll do it again as Michigan's next senator.
30 seconds.
And the reason that the big corporations always get their way when it comes to free trade is because they buy off politicians to do their bidding.
Yes.
Everybody knew USMCA was not going to solve the problem. Everybody knew it. And yet, They bought the votes
She
to get their
is
way.
doing
And
the
now you can
Erica
buy
Kirk
a cheap
face.
TV, but you can't find a manufacturing job that can actually feed your family. That is the devastation of corporate bought politics. As the only candidate who's never taken a dime from a corporation, you know I'm going to stand up for you. It's the reason. Again, the UAW, nurses, AFT have all supported us because when it comes to the choice between working people and corporations, I will pick people every time.
Yeah, and it's the only reason you haven't released your tax
Jesus,
return.
what are we talking about with this
Labor
tax
unions
return
are
bullshit, man?
I yield, Rick. Yes.
Amber has another. Sure, go
Can I
ahead.
respond?
Quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, I took the same extension that the Congresswoman took every
I'm
single
talking
year
about
she
your
was
tax
in
returns,
Congress.
Abdul.
Every
You haven't
single year.
released your tax
All right,
returns.
we're
You
gonna
don't
move-
need an
I
extension
think
to do
there's
that.
there's a
Who's
process
putting money in your pocketbook?
We're going to move forward with another viewer
Dude,
question.
Billionaires bankroll your
With another
campaign.
She's
viewer
not
who
the
wants to
person that
know
can
what
say
view
that.
you
This
see.
is an astounding hate watch.
Is the Democratic Party shifting? Joe Bielan has our next question. He says, many of my
Oh,
friends
good
who
one,
are
good one.
Democrats are very concerned with the way the party has shifted so far
Joey
left,
Bielan? Oh,
that the party
no.
no longer accurately
Concerned?
represents their views. Will you continue on the current party path, or will
Oh,
you pursue
no.
your own path of leadership?
No.
This guy's
Joey,
anti-USA.
no.
I'll pursue my own path of leadership, educated by the countless days that I spent talking to Michiganders across 110 cities, 450 public events. Now, here's the thing about it. There is no left or right. Most people out there aren't asking, where do I fit on the left-right spectrum? They're asking, can I afford my groceries when I go grocery shopping? What's going to happen if I get sick or my kid gets sick? Why does my kid's school look the same way it did 30 years ago when I went there? And the answer to that question is that for too long, politicians on both sides of the aisle have taken the same corporate corrupting money.
He's just
I'm
on
the only
point.
candidate on the stage.
These aren't real
Frankly, the only
questions. Let
candidate
me
running
ask
for US
questions.
Senate
Let me
who's never
ask
taken a
questions.
dime of that money, which is why the real issue is about the people locking you out of your politics versus the people being locked out. And I will stand always on the side of the folks who are locked out. That is a pathway in our politics that I think all of us can get behind. It's not red. It's not blue. It's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's American. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That is where our politics needs to go. And in the next 2 or 4 years,
What is the smirk? I know exactly. What
I
is
hope
the
we remember
smirk?
that that's what we need.
Like, I don't want to make fun of how she looks,
I
but
will
oh my
run
God.
through anything and anyone to deliver for Michigan. We've got to lower the cost. Look, there are many who want to make this run for U.S. Senate
What was the
about
question?
Washington, D.C. insider deals and
she's dodging the
what's
Schumer
going on
question.
with our party leadership. Friends, this is about the future of Michigan. Who is going to be the workhorse? Look,
banging on
I've
the-
got the
No,
receipts.
for real.
I
Like, hey, bro, chill. It doesn't
have
sound like you think it
passed
sounds.
big pieces of legislation. I passed my first bill to secure STEM grants for our K through 12 schools in my first year in Congress. I am
I bet there was like
ready
400
to hit the
co-sponsors.
ground
Literally.
for our schools, for our educators.
Crazy aura loss
and
every
to
time she
stand
beats
up
that podium.
To the
Dude, she
corruption
just-
and the
bing, bing,
abuse
bing.
of power.
Man, every
that
time
we
she hits
see
the podium,
coming
another
down
billion goes
from
to Israel.
Donald
Sounds like the
Trump. If you wanna
30-30 in
stop
Apex.
Trump, I'm your gal.
The question was about the direction of the party. Is it shifting?
I'll tell you
30
this.
seconds.
It won't shift if we continue to elect leaders who take money from the same corporations who have broken with the interests of
Yes,
the
girl,
American
give
public.
us nothing.
Chuck Schumer desperately
Oh,
wants
oh
one of
my
us to be
God,
the next
Luke,
senator,
bro.
and it's
Shout
not
out
me.
Luke for the super
So if you
chat.
want your
Let's
politics
go
dictated to you
speak
by
that
AIPAC
truth.
or Chuck Schumer, then
Banger,
I'm
Luke.
not your guy.
Banger, Luke.
I think we need to go back to the idea of government of the people, by the people, and for the people. $40 million of spending in this race. $40 million. I want you to think about
thank
what that
you,
means.
Jeg.
That is
That's
insane.
money
Yes,
that
thank you.
buys something on the back end. So if you elect the person who
best
took that
Bobby Hill
money,
impression.
don't be surprised when they betray you.
Instead of donating to
Again, I
us,
have
donate to Abdul.
receipts as the most effective
But we
lawmaker
appreciate it.
for Michigan. I'm not trying to go viral or
Oh my
get a
God,
good
shut
tweet
up.
out. All right.
Going viral's
She's
awesome.
also not trying to see
If you check the
constituents, like
facts,
go do
the claims
events.
that my opponent has made about eradicating medical debt are untrue. If that's all you got to run on Abdul, well then good
He
for
never
you.
said he eradicated medical
No,
debt.
literally.
It's worth noting here that over the weekend, a third candidate that was in this race dropped out. That leaves the two of you. One of you will face
McMorrow mentioned.
Republican Mike Rogers, as you both
If
talked
if
about
you're
a little
drinking
bit
with the
here.
Hiddo Bingo, guys, you might be fucked.
Congresswoman Stevens, you've been endorsed, as you said, by former Senator Debbie Stabenow, former Governor Jennifer Granholm, and as you said, by the Attorney General. You have, Mr. El-Sayed, been endorsed by Bernie Sanders, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
She
and a
does
number of
kinda
others.
sound like Mrs.
I went
Incredible.
to both of your websites, long list of endorsements.
I always hear
Is
Marge
this
Simpson.
race
6 shots in is
not
crazy.
only about control of the U.S. Senate, which it may well come down to, but is this race also
Yeah, famously, no one has ever voted for a man who hasn't released his tax returns.
Is there something else on the line here? 60 seconds.
Never won Michigan
I'm
before.
not going to let the pundits or the prognosticators make any such determination. For me, this has always been about Michigan. I am the daughter of small business
It's like
owners
she can't remember what she's about to say.
Oakland University. My dad is 81 years old and still driving his Ford F-150 with the word Stevens Landscaping on the side, and he's drinking his water.
Well, if it's one of those new F-150s, he might be evil.
Of hard work, that ethos that I grew up with, that has always long motivated my approach to public service. And the reason I have put up
you know what motivates her approach to public service?
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
Because of fully
It don't matter what she's saying.
veteran
Also, if you're considering giving to the stream, please go give to Abdul El-Sayed for U.S. Senate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because he saw Elon
We don't
Musk
need it. He
walking
does.
around with the chainsaw. I have stood up. I have called these guys out, and I am stopping these abuses of power. And you better believe.
And I'm taking their money.
Stopping this abuse of power by thanking ICE, by voting to express gratitude to ICE agents. Let's
I never
go.
intended to run for office. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor because I could go 15 hours
Oh,
in my family's native
I think
Egypt
he's
or
goading
15
her.
minutes from where I grew up.
He's goading her into
I
it.
went to medical school only to realize that our healthcare system was, in fact, part of the problem, not part of the solution. I went into public health. We eliminated medical debt. Yes, we eliminated medical debt. We put glasses on kids' faces. We took on corporate polluters. We provided free health insurance. We did the things that for too long government fails to do under leadership.
More likes on the Hito stream than the actual stream. Hito up
I'm
a
running to do
trillion,
three
guys.
things.
Let's
Get
go.
money out of politics. Put money in your pocket. Pass Medicare for all.
Smash
I'm
that
doing
like
this
button.
because of some direction of a party. I'm doing this because of the Michiganders that I've gotten to see. A woman who had cancer 3 times and happened to managed to hold on to her life savings until the 3rd one. A woman who lost her entire life savings because her kid got cancer and died. People who have come and shared their burden with us. If we continue to allow corporations to buy our politicians, do not be surprised when everything gets more expensive and your job gets further out of reach. That is the politics that is corrupting now, and we need different.
30 seconds.
Fake doctor.
Well, transparency remains really key here. You can see
my God,
my tax
bruh.
returns. I've made them public. Again, I call on my opponent.
What is it with these fucking tax
to do the
returns,
same,
dude?
because
Genuinely.
We do need to know who's putting money in your pocket, particularly if you have a
Pot
talent
on the
agent to
kettle
get you
black.
good
God
speeches.
damn.
I've been busy doing the work for Michiganders. Period. Full stop. Power outage.
Crazy delivery.
We're still dealing with that. Small businesses losing their revenues. We got to do supply chain security. I've got to bill for that. I am ready to go for us, Michigan, on day 1.
Holy shit,
30
dude.
seconds to wrap.
Let's talk about power outages.
Oh,
People
DTE?
sleeping in dark rooms without electricity for the 4th straight day. My opponent's taking $37,500 from DTE. Ask yourself what that buys. Our politics have been deeply and profoundly corrupted by corporate money, and I want to get money out. You want to talk about transparency? There's a group called Center Forward that happened to pay for a flight for the Congresswoman and her mother to Portugal. I want to understand what she promised them.
No, are you serious right now?
God damn it, dude.
Are you
YouTube Premium.
serious?
YouTube Premium. We'll bump it back.
Right now in support in return. You want to talk about transparency? Why are there $40 million flowing into our politics right now in support of my opponent?
Yeah. Well, and again, I have the receipts and I have the bill to stand up to the utility
Explain them.
companies to lower rates.
Explain the receipts.
So, yes, I've got them.
You're not
I've got them. Explain
I'll
them.
give you a chance when we come back in a moment. But first, we're going to take a break. And when we come back in
Okay. Well, they're on commercial break. I'm so sorry for the non-YouTube premium issues.
Actually,
we're gonna have to bear through it.
Actually, banger debate though. This is an insane hate watch, generational
Benjamin
hate watch, guys.
Netanyahu hit the ad button right when it was getting good.
The only person that could have put the ad on the screen was Benjamin Netanyahu.
We spent like 4 hours setting up just to forget the ad blocker. Yeah, no, it is what it is this time, guys. It just is what it is. Oh,
could we throw one up in a minute 30? Who knows?
I don't know. I could try.
Nixon being weird on TV vibes. Screw the buy a house and cash here. We need to pay for YouTube Premium tier. Hey, you might be cooking. You might be spitting the truth right now.
I don't know if it'll work.
Do y'all rechat? We do rechat. Guys, we got 2 chats going, guys. We got Twitch chat and YouTube chat going. And Twitch chat, frankly, if you want to get read more, let's get that shit moving.
That's right. I'm trying to get an ad blocker.
I need the stimulus. How many times did you mention tax return? Guys, I think we need a tax return counter. Can we start a tax return counter? Because it's either 3 or 4 times that she's mentioned tax returns. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, Abdul is cooking. Abdul is cooking.
Abdul is cooking.
All right. Ad blocker is supposedly on.
Chat, guys, we need this tax return chat though. It feels it feels like 5 tax mentions. I don't like. Was this even focus grouped? Like I'm not one to argue for focus grouping your talking points. I think it's hell. I think that's demon behavior. That's Alyssa Slotkin behavior. But arguably, I'd rather live in a world where at least I know that some people said that this would be a good idea versus one where Haley Stevens is just throwing out bullshit like tax returns. Because genuinely, what is going on with that?
No, Stevens is getting cooked, dude. And the faces she makes when she's waiting to respond, like what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, exactly. Chat, has Jeremy released his tax returns? Yet to be seen. Yet to be seen, let me tell you.
What the fuck is this joke?
The questions that we have.
Oh, hell.
People have been critical of Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE.
We get ICE? Oh, he's definitely hitting her on thanking ICE. Send that money to
Abdul.
$20 Sun
Send that money to Abdul.
8639. Shout out the super chat. Abdul is cooking and the kitchen is hot.
ICE. If not ICE, how could we deal with the estimated millions of people in this country
capitulating to right-wing framing already?
The proper channels that we don't necessarily know
what are we
who
doing?
they are or where they are.
God, fucking white guy question, dude.
Genuinely white guy question.
With 60 seconds, what do we do with that situation?
So I just want to be clear. I went to Minneapolis at the height of Project Metro Surge. I watched as our government laid siege to a city in our own country. It was awful to see. ICE is not about immigration. ICE is not about the southern border.
What do we do if we don't have the Gestapo?
ICE is about normalizing paramilitary force on our streets. I've been clear that you can't reform ICE. You can't retrain ICE. You have to abolish ICE. Now, that's not to say that we can't secure our border. That's not even to say that we can't actually enforce our immigration policy. That is to say that we shouldn't do it at the edge of destroying our Constitution itself. ICE is a new agency. It is younger than I am.
Super chat, RPJ,
we have done this in the past
shaking
in a way that
my head and sighing every time
Stevens
Stevens talks. This
and
is
if we're
big.
serious about
It's
actually
the people in
having
the gym
a
know I
pathway,
disagree.
in this country to a humane, thoughtful, common sense immigration system, we've got to invest in the court infrastructure that offers a pathway to citizenship for people who built a life here, that lived here peaceably, and contributed to our society. I think that's the responsibility we need to go to while keeping our southern border safe and secure.
What would we do about ICE in 60 seconds?
Yeah, well, before I jump to the bipartisan border security bill,
the bipartisan bill was awful.
It must be
they
said
dragged
very
about giving
clearly
Trump what he wanted.
Donald Trump's ICE is completely out of control,
Trump's
and it
ICE.
is an abuse
Trump's ICE.
of
Trump's
power.
ICE.
Trump's ICE.
ICE agents from top to bottom that have committed crimes have to be held accountable, and I've got the legislation to do it. I called on Kristi Noem to go. She was removed, but no reforms took place.
Well, of course not.
$70 billion of our taxpayer money into an ICE slush fund. This has
I thought
been
Kristi
a
Noem did a bad
failure.
job, and water is
a
wet.
A temple in my district was blown up. It wasn't ICE that stood up. It was state and local law enforcement.
Okay, well, we don't got to
that
glaze the
money
police.
needs to be
Literally.
redirected to those law enforcement agencies that are responsible
Defund
for
ICE
our
and give it to
safety.
police? Are you fucking kidding me?
Trump has abused his power.
Thank you for the
He has
super
failed
chat.
the
Who's your
American
lefty?
people,
Dear
and we
God,
need
Michigan,
change.
do not elect this person who'd somehow be a bigger
I
hashtag
appreciate
my
the change of
Democrat than
tone on ICE.
Slotkin.
I mean, my colleague voted to thank ICE and increase their budget, and also took money from people who run ICE contracts. That to me is very different than what we're hearing now. I've been deeply clear. I don't take money from corporations. I don't take money from ICE contractors, which is why I can say with a clear voice, we need to abolish ICE. I think we need clarity about where folks' money comes from and what trades they make on the policy on the back end to bob and weave on these issues when these are issues of life and death.
30 seconds to wrap this.
Well, it's really unfortunate yet again
Defund
to see
KKK
my
and give it a
opponent
Patriot tuck
pursuing,
is certainly a
Republican
take.
tactics.
Republican
There was a
tactics?
bill on the
The
House
Republican
floor to
tactic of
condemn
criticizing
an
who you take money from?
anti-Semitic terrorist attack that in Boulder, Colorado, that killed an individual and injured a Holocaust survivor. Instead of bringing us together, Republicans put in a cynical point about thanking ICE. I am always going to
Couldn't
stand
you
up
vote on
to
individual
violence,
parts of
and
that
I just
resolution?
wish my
She's
opponent
fucking
wouldn't
lying.
pursue
Haley
the
Stevens
cynical
lying. Oh my
approaches of
goodness. Is
Republicans
the sky
who need
blue?
to be united.
Amber's back with us with yet another.
I think you guys might have forgot,
question.
but let me
Let's
remind
do
you.
this question,
Israel
and then we're gonna
comes
come
to me
back
in my
to this in
dreams.
just a moment. Let's do the question.
Childcare is
No,
one
it's
of the
not the
biggest
synagogue attack
expenses for
mention.
the average Michigan family. Jacob Exline, who is an early childhood educator, wants to know, what would your plan be to make childcare more affordable for families as a U.S. Senator?
Congresswoman,
yes.
60 seconds.
I have long championed affordable child care here in Michigan and across this country. And in fact, I was on the phone with the daycare centers and the families when COVID hit, fighting to secure dollars to make sure that daycare centers and the people who work in them stay open and employed. Look, the costs continue to go up. The way in which we can lower daycare costs are through the expansion of CDBG funding and grants that match what our great
guys. I'll fiddle with the knobs.
I'll fiddle with the knobs precisely. I wonder, did she vote for the child tax credit?
Some of the programs that she put into place.
That's fair.
The other deal that we need is we need paid family leave.
Nikki Haley
I'm
Stevens.
A champion for paid family leave.
Chat, we're
we
cooking.
Need to secure the ability for new mothers and fathers to have that precious time with their newborns. That's another critical step. I've got the record.
Oh, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Arrow.
And the child care for our youngest, who's 3 years old, is one of the most expensive items on our entire budget. It is insane how much people have to pay. And for a lot of folks, this has become a gender justice issue. It's forcing people out of the workforce, predominantly women, and it's holding them behind from lucrative opportunities that they can use to advance their family in the first place. I think we need to make childcare free, 100% free. Now, how do we pay for that? We pay for that by taxing billionaires their wealth. We could render $4.6 trillion if we were willing to put, let's say, an 8% tax on billionaire wealth. This is not that
and lift
difficult,
the Social
but it's
Security
a function
cap.
of our values. Do we care enough to make sure that women have access to the workplace, that children have a safe, healthy place to go? Or would we rather be the kind of economy that allows billionaires to make a second billion, a third billion, a trillion, maybe like Elon Musk? That is the question we need to answer. And ultimately, so long as we allow billionaires and corporations to buy politicians, we're going to get the wrong answer.
30 seconds.
This Senate seat is considered a toss-up for November, a 50-50 chance that it will go Democrat or Republican. The one thing that I do is I win tough races. I flipped a congressional seat that was long held by
a bunch of money.
Put it on the bingo board.
And I held it when Donald Trump was on the ballot. Living my values, living the values to make change and improve people's lives. Mike Rogers, he's not going to do a thing to impact health.
Bro, it's Abdul on the stage.
Affordable for families.
30 seconds.
Look, if you want somebody who's electable, the last 3 polls in a row show that I'm the most electable Democrat in November. Why? Because you got to actually fight for something. It's not enough to offer people 2 options that kind of look the same on the issues that matter the most. If you're taking money from corporations, the same corporations, Democrat or Republican, how different are things really going to be? I'm offering an opportunity to actually invest in what we want to fight for healthcare that is guaranteed, for an economy that works for working people, for finally getting corporate money out of our politics.
Well, with all due respect to Abdul, I think he looks a lot like more like Mike Rogers than I do.
Couldn't even get it out because it was so stupid, bro. Her body rejected that statement even coming out.
The surface on
what are we talking about? That's like almost on the level of Trump calling Joe Biden a Palestinian. Like, what are we doing, man?
But I want to give you
Reiner gun and mouth JPEG.
Literally
to pursue whatever this is that's going on here. Obviously, you've got a question about some of the money in her campaign. You've got a question about some of the money in his pocket. 30 seconds.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
My opponent wants to make this race about lies and attacking my integrity
Dude,
and the work
what?
that I have done for the people of Michigan. Look, I was the person from Michigan on the team working on President Obama's auto rescue.
Oh my God, Bugler
mentioned.
Obama. That I am proud
I'm gonna come.
I thought it was Obama. Sorry.
Special interest, and I have 15 labor unions standing alongside me in this.
15 labor unions, not the UAW,
not the big one.
Stop the lies, and can we get the transparency out that my opponents long talked about?
I'd love to stop the lies that are being told.
That counts as a tax
by
return mention, by the way.
like the Center for Democratic Priorities, which, by the way, didn't exist until it started to run ads for my opponent. Like the United Democratic Progressives, which, by the way, is a front for AIPAC. Like Center Forward, which bought airline tickets for my opponent, for her mother and herself to go to Portugal. I don't know what they talked about. I don't know what they did. So if we want to talk about lies, I think it's really important for us to understand who's paying for them and what was said on the back end to allow them to be told. Because $40 million, it doesn't come for free.
So is the GOP...
I'm glad we got that all cleared up. So,
lost crazy aura gambling. We fumbled.
You got to talk over the moderator.
I'm going to give you a premise. You can agree with it. You can disagree with it. But here's my premise. Data centers are going to be built somewhere no matter what happens in Michigan.
Fuck off.
The question is, Are we better off to have some of those centers here, or should they be actively opposed?
We got to launch this guy into the sun.
Citizens in meeting after meeting across the state, and it's first to you, sir. 60 seconds.
Look, right now people are scared to death that there's going to be this gigantic data center put in their backyard so people like Mike Rogers can make gender-affirming videos about how buff they really are. I think we have to be serious about the fact that these pose
non-binary
real
Mike
dangers,
Rogers.
and the people who are pushing them are the richest, most powerful corporate CEOs in the history of our economy. And so we've put forward a terms of engagement. We want to make sure that if you want to put a data center anywhere, that it's going to meet the following terms: all union labor, no raising our utility rates, increasing our utility reliability, not touching our water.
I don't love this message, but I get why he's doing it.
Benefits agreement that's negotiated in good faith with all the money put up in escrow, and this has to be fully enforceable, including shutting down the data center. That has to be passed at the federal level. Now, here's the thing: big AI has huge super PACs that guess who they're funding? Not me, the other person on this stage. And
Get her
so
ass. Get her ass.
The question for us is, are we willing to actually do what it takes to protect people from these
She's
risks?
still smirking, bro.
Or are we going to let them roll us, just like corporations continue to roll our politicians over and over again?
You and I get rolled.
60 seconds.
Yeah, well, look, the citizens need to be heard on innovation and data centers. And it is up to federal lawmakers to secure the tax code so that
Yep, that's how the government works.
Secure the tax code. Okay.
Paying their fair share.
Oh.
It is unacceptable
Bro, what is
that
with the
rates
stream?
would go up as a result. I want to force these data centers to pay the utility bills and to pay water bills.
It sounds
for
like
folks.
she's
And look,
never
I
thought of
also
this
wanna
before.
secure
Hey, look,
Michigan
it sounds like she's never
being
thought of
on
this
the
before,
forefront
and she's
of
just trying to repeat what
innovation
Abdul
and
said.
manufacturing. I visited uniquely hundreds of manufacturing shop floors. They are using
And they
this
didn't endorse me.
technology. We want the jobs. We just can't afford to force the workers to pay for it. And look, yet again, my opponent takes jabs, except for he won't denounce
you're evil.
the
She's
GOP
jabbing
when they are funding his operation and his candidacy.
Me when I just
and
lie?
Now, bragging about the false polls that putting out that he's going to be the best one to beat Mike Rogers. That's me.
30 seconds.
I'm sure everybody out there thinks that Republicans really want me to win this race. Sure. The real question is, how much money has the AI industry spent in this race? And why are they spending it? And whose vote are they buying? And what does that mean for you? If you want a future where AI is fully unregulated, where we lose, 50% of our jobs, where a data center sits in your backyard, you have a choice. If you want someone who's going to stand up for the people against the corporations, you also have a choice. Notice, none of the answers actually speak to any of the points I'm making about the money that is being spent in these races to corrupt our politics.
30
Because
seconds.
I have receipts, and the people who are watching this need to evaluate who is running for U.S. Senate, the chief lawmaking role in this country that has the record, that is not a show
Lost YouTube
horse,
chat for a second
that is
there.
not, I am not someone trying to go viral and shouting into a bullhorn about problems. I am delivering. That is not something my opponent can say.
Delivering,
He's great
thanking
at
us,
attacking,
and delivering
he's
money to
great at,
Israel.
Covering up
Israel
that his
comes to
father
me in
is
my
running his super
dreams.
PAC that's spending millions of dollars for him.
All right. We're going to move on to a question that you have both addressed because these go together.
Surprised that's the
And
first time
this
she
one
brought
will
up
go
his super
first
PAC.
Yeah.
To you, Congresswoman. We hear a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, hear about it every day. I doubt that most of us have a
Dude, stop
really
breathing
good
into the mic.
grasp of exactly
Holy shit.
what it is, what role if going to play in our lives.
Dude, this
going
moderator's
forward,
dog
what role
ass.
the government has in putting guardrails on technology that few fully understand, that could be a positive game changer that is evolving all of the time and is displacing
Get it out,
workers
brother.
already.
Jesus
We know it's
Christ.
Ask the
happening.
question.
So should the government jump in the business of regulating AI?
Yes.
Yeah, and look, Abdul is lying. Again, he has a super PAC that is run by his father-in-law that has spent millions of dollars on his behalf, and the GOP is also spending money. It's good to know that his father-in-law isn't involved with AI. Here is the deal. I passed my first AI bill into law in 2020, all right, in my first term in Congress. I have supported resources to invest invest and protect in the privacy for consumers and to stand up for the little guy, particularly
Israel.
Israel. Equitable investment, black-owned businesses like ones I visit on the regular, who oftentimes are getting the short
I have
end of the
many
stick,
black
and they certainly
friends.
are from Donald Trump. I want to make sure that resources are coming into our communities and that jobs are protected and maintained. We can do this here in Michigan. We just need the right leadership, and I believe that is me.
Do we need to regulate AI? 60 seconds.
Absolutely. First, I just want to be clear. The National Nurses United is not my father-in-law. Working Families Party is not my father-in-law. The UAW is not my father-in-law.
Banger.
But I also want to speak to the fact that we do need to regulate AI. And so long as we are taking money, the party is taking money from the AI industry, it's not likely to happen. I proposed a plan putting AI under democracy. What does that mean? That means that I want to make sure that legacy internet companies no longer own the means of creating AI. That AI corporations are spun off as public interest corporations, and that at least 50% of their boards are publicly appointed, meaning through the democratic process. I also want real clear guardrails on what AI can and can't do. I want an agency in the government like an FDA for AIs. And I want to make sure that we pass our terms of agreement. I can say all this because I'm not bought off by the AI companies. You talked about that 2020 regulation. That was a giveaway to the AI industry. So yes, if you want someone who's really effective at giving giveaways to the AI industry, you have your option in this race.
30
Hook
seconds.
her, man.
Well, I'm pleased that my opponent read my deep fake bill to better detect the use of AI, particularly with our children. It was written alongside the National
Deep
Institute
fake?
of Standards
That's just been a problem for like a decade.
And I'm proud that that passed. And you should be supporting it, not attacking it.
Dude,
But
Trump
that
was on
seems to
board
be
with
the
that
only
shit.
thing
Genuinely so
and
clear
stunt
that she
he
did
can
not
pull while the
do
GOP
debate
is
prep, or at
supporting
least
his
like she did
campaign.
not prep
And look,
properly.
I
Just the
worked
tax
really
returns.
hard,
Just the tax return
to
thing.
make sure that Kamala Harris was going to get elected.
Oh, yeah, how'd
and
that work
Donald
out?
Trump would be stopped. And my opponent did nothing.
I don't know what Kamala Harris has to do with AI, but I want to speak to the fact that right now we have a choice. $40 million. We're being outspent 30 to 1 in this race, 30 to 1.
Oh,
that money
donate
is
to
coming
Abdul.
in
Donate to Abdul.
from AIPAC. Their goal is to make sure that our money is sent abroad to kill other people rather than kept here to invest here. Now, the question you might be asking is, what does it have to do with a question about AI? Government will continue to work for the people who buy off government so long as we allow people to buy off government. It is that simple. And you're seeing...
There we go, baby. Come on now.
This next question is one that I take very seriously. I suspect many of the viewers do as well. The national debt.
Oh my God.
$39 trillion.
You genuinely do have to shut up at some point.
Dog, nobody's been talking
Now,
about the national debt this cycle, bro. Shit is so much bigger.
CBO says by 2036,
God, I hate this guy.
$2 billion.
We gotta. Oh my God, dude. We need a better
every
mod.
dollar that comes into the national treasury. What do we do to begin to reduce this burden that will be passed
Tax the rich
along
next
to your children and likely their children? Would you raise taxes?
Yes.
Would you vow to cut spending? What would you do? 60 seconds.
Honestly,
look,
whatever.
As everyday Michiganders know that a budget sheet is about money in
This
and money
moderator's
out.
from
And
1998,
for
dude.
a long time, folks on the conservative side want to tell us that it's all about money out. We're spending too much. But then they do two things. They cut taxes for the richest people in society, and then they cut things like healthcare. And guess what happens? They fight wars that we don't need to fight. So money out goes up, money in goes down, and we run up the national debt. And then Democrats show up, and we're trying to be effective stewards of the national debt. So here's what we need to do. We need to run the play in reverse. How about we end stupid wars we shouldn't be fighting at the behest of foreign governments? How about we start taxing billionaires their wealth so that we can return trillions of dollars to the economy? And how about we invest our money in the things that people actually need, like good education, childcare, good hospitals, and healthcare? Those are the opportunities we have in front of us so long as we don't allow the same corporations and billionaires to buy our politicians so that they keep doing these ridiculous things.
60 seconds.
Our national debt keeps me up for Michiganders.
Shut the fuck up.
It is
Kidding me, dude. Are you
very
serious?
In part because it is mortgaging the future of our children. And the way in which we get out of our debt.
You had a minute to prep, and you said that's the best you got. Like,
the growing billionaire class.
Oh,
and
brother.
them to pay their fair share. We are growing our economy, except for it's just with the very, very few.
I just don't believe that she actually would be pro a billionaire tax.
Who
like,
my opponent
especially right now when like Gavin Newsom just said he's pro a billionaire tax. You know what I mean? Like it's
elected.
like.
He wants to do everything for the billionaire class. Donald Trump did tax cuts for them while cutting our food assistance.
Yeah, bro.
And
Nobody
our
likes Trump.
Benefits. It's not acceptable and it's not working. We can't
Did someone
look
say
at
she
the middle
dreams of
class
Israel?
here in Michigan
Israel
and
comes
force them
to
to
me in
keep
my
paying.
dreams.
Yes, sir.
They can't
Yes,
pay
sir.
their bills.
Why has he not brought that up
right
yet?
now? People are underwater. I've had 2 working moms in the last day tell me that. It doesn't
How
work.
can Israel come to you in your dreams if the debt keeps you up at night? This is huge. We're asking real questions in Twitch chat, guys.
I really wanted Vice President Harris to win this race. Now, ask yourself why we were where we were. Because for too long, our policy has been wrong on a number of critical issues. And it's been wrong because of the role of special interests in our politics. The same exact special interests who get their way when it comes to our tax system. The same exact special interests that have us fighting stupid wars we shouldn't be fighting. The same special interests who are funding my opponent.
Cook her ass, man. Come on.
Well, look, leadership is going to get us out of our debt and deficit mess. And as someone who has my finger on the pulse of the needs of
Leadership's
the middle
gonna
class here in Michigan, you and your family,
what is that
and
squint?
I have the receipts and the track record of
You and your
standing up
family?
for you
I have
when
the
it matters,
receipts.
when 200,000 Michigan jobs were on the line,
I have the
when
receipts
General
from
Motors
it.
and
On the
Chrysler were
line.
going to go bankrupt, and I worked on that initiative to save your jobs and those jobs. Look, we can use tax dollars effectively without letting our country go bankrupt.
What do we do?
Here's another question that Amber has for us, and this one kind of goes along with what we're talking about. Here's Amber.
Social Security is a top issue for many Michiganders. This next question is from Mark Luxford.
All right, this is just
As a
easy
senior,
for both of them.
Social
They're
Security
both
is
gonna
a
say
very
yes.
important issue to me.
At least
what is your
they
opinion of
better.
the proposal to guarantee adequate funding for this critically important
This is not how
program
we are
by
Michiganders.
raising, or
We don't
better
talk like
yet,
that. Yes.
eliminating the income cap for the FICA tax?
I'll say it again. Instead
that
of
funds
donating to
Social
stream, donate to
Security.
Abdul for Senate. Look
Yes,
it up.
60 seconds, Congressman.
Well, I fully endorse that proposal of eliminating the FICA cap and making sure that folks are paying their fair share. What is going on with Social Security right now is another example of how Donald Trump and the billionaire class believe that they can rob our Social Security trust fund and force the middle class to pay for the crisis that we are going to be in.
Guys, no, we don't
can
sound like
fix
that.
this. I have also stood up to Donald Trump
And yes, good things are good and bad things are
and
bad.
said, rehire the Social Security workers that you have fired, because my
That's not standing up to him. That's just saying
they're
something.
on
Literally.
the phone trying to get access to their disability benefit, their retirement benefit, and no one's picking up. And again, these are programs that folks have paid into. I believe in it. Mike Rogers, Donald Trump, they're going to sell us down
You're
the
running
Potomac
against
River.
Abdul.
60
Literally.
seconds.
I've talked to so many seniors who are struggling. They're struggling because they paid their home off 30 years ago, but the property tax is getting too high.
Abdul is just so much
Their
better at
premium
messaging. He is
on
just
their
so much
Medicare
better
is
at
unaffordable,
delivering
and
like
their
an
Social Security
effective
just doesn't cut it.
anecdote.
They're worried they might lose that Social Security. So yes, absolutely, we have to lift the cap. It would make Social Security sustainable, but we've got to go further. I think we need to be eliminating the premiums, the copays, and the deductibles on Medicare, and we need to make Medicare fully sustainable by extending it to everybody. Medicare for all would do exactly that. On top of that, I think we need to be freezing property tax for seniors. If you paid off your home at some point, we can't expect you to keep up with property taxes that are going up. Now, how do we pay for that?
Thank you,
Well,
Mr.
again,
Nick.
if we tax billionaires their wealth, if we were to invest in the Department of Education so that we're paying centrally for public schools in an equitable way, there are a lot of opportunities for us to lift the burden off of seniors who've done their job. They've worked extra hard. They deserve a dignified retirement, and we've got to be thinking about how to offer them that.
Congressman, 30 seconds.
Look-key, the only time I'll accept tax law.
Security trust fund.
Because it's kind of valid.
Unconscionable and wrong. And Michigan is going to have a choice about who it sends to the United States Senate to do something. Who's got the vision long term for a 6-year
hitting the
term
podium.
to tackle a tough issue, and that is what I have done. Over and over again. I have a plan for Social Security, a plan to be able to work across the aisle if need be, and most importantly, stand up to Donald Trump and Elon Musk in this moment.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm here to serve you. I'm somebody who worked in the bowels of city and county government. Those are the kind of jobs where you can't dodge tough issues. You got to show up Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
Haley Stevens is
not
make sure
for
Medicare
get
for all.
The services that they need and deserve. And I know in places like D.C. they look down on people who work in local government. But I also think that we need that.
Who's got the vision? I do, but I'm not going to tell you.
We also need the vision of the doctor. Somebody who understands what it's like to make sure that you look people in the eye and deliver for them.
I believe
we haven't had
SpaceX
that
did
before,
donate
frankly,
to Haley's
in a
campaign.
Democrat since 1969. I aim to offer that.
This is going to be our final question. We're going to limit this answer to 45 seconds. There will be a rebuttal, but
we got
45
10 minutes.
seconds on the main question. The current economic tensions with China have created concerns
Bro,
that range from
who is this guy?
What are we doing?
Fucking China's fear-mongering, dude?
What?
What?
Concerns over the buildup of China's armed forces and the dependence of our own military on Chinese goods and services.
God, bro.
Should we be working to lessen our dependence on China? And how should we deal with a major competitor as well
fuck is
as
this
a
guy
major
doing?
trading partner? 45 seconds.
My dad moved to this country to learn to make cars, and he believed in this place. He immigrated from Egypt, the place where that was not possible. And he chose to come here because this was a place where innovation, ingenuity, those were unleashed. We had the mighty UAW who was empowered to make the cars that people like my dad would design. The challenge, of course, is that corporatism has gotten in the way. I remember when my dad came home in 1996 and said, a company that's more interested in finance than it is in engineering is not going to be a car company
have a
very
more
long.
important
Fast
role
forward
to play in
2008,
foreign
there we
policy,
were.
Patrick, but it's just
I
like...
think we need to
I'm
make sure
I'm just
our
not a fan of
corporations think
China
long-term.
slop.
I
Like,
think we need to make sure that we are using
spinning it
trade
pretty well.
as an
He is.
effective way to empower and protect our manufacturing capacity. And then I think we need to unleash ingenuity by investing in research and development for the future. This needs to continue to be the most innovative place, and Donald Trump has sold that way far away.
45 seconds.
Well, to every engineer watching tonight, I know how a CNC machine works and a robotic welder. I am Michigan's manufacturing guru.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Nothing is motivating me more than standing up for our manufacturing sector and our jobs.
Maybe we deserve
and
the
that
collapse.
means taking on
if Haley
China.
wins,
Look,
yeah.
I've got the bill. One I also did with Senator Slotkin. No Chinese
Slotkin
Cars
mentioned?
Act.
There
We
was
have
a
to
Slotkin
stop
mention?
These guys from coming in to our market, lowering costs up the wazoo.
This is
that
crazy.
Only feeds their Communist Party. That's not correct.
Communism
That's not
mentioned?
going to work for us in Michigan. We can build affordable cars here in Michigan without having the Chinese come in and eat our lunch. Not
The
on
Chinese.
This is her most passionate answer,
There's
by
a
the way.
reason that the UAW has endorsed me in this race.
Ooh.
And they endorsed me in this race because I understand that the biggest
turned off
challenge
the
we have
background.
right now,
What the
thing that
hell?
is throttling our ingenuity, is the fact that our corporations
Sorry,
are
guys,
a lot
no more money for
interested in the
background.
quarterly bottom line than they are in the long-term
It'll buy them a
sustainability
background tier.
of manufacturing. I think we need to think differently. That means standing up to Wall Street, not taking their money to run your campaigns. And at the end of the day, the reason I believe in money
We bought
out of
him a
politics,
background, guys. Don't
then
worry.
money in your pocket and Medicare for all, is because as long as we're taking money from those corporations, we are not going to regulate them.
30 seconds.
Look, I have taken on Vladimir Putin.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, tough. That's tough. That's
all
hard.
right. The 2 sentence allegation.
In prison for 5.5 years. I am taking on China
DTE
now,
outage in the
standing
background.
up for our jobs and not letting them flood our markets
Vladimir
through
Putin.
the north or the south. Their technology cannot come in here. This is about our way of life in Michigan. This is squarely why I am running for U.S. Senate, to articulate this and defend it and protect it at the
As a guy who messes up words a lot, I can't even. I empathize with it to an extent, but that's an awful aura loss. That's an awful aura loss.
Closing statements, beginning with you.
We just celebrated our 250th anniversary. I know what my life would have been without the opportunity to be born here. I saw that firsthand in summers in Egypt. I know what America can do for somebody. I also knew that 15 miles away, there were kids who never got that same opportunity. We have to build an America that can be what it was for me for all of her kids. And that means we've got to take on the ways that corporate greed have gotten in the way. We need to stand with working people, stand with unions. We need to take on oligopolies and billionaires. We need to guarantee health care through Medicare for all. Across my time touring this state, town hall after town hall, you could be in a church in Detroit, you can be in a living room in Lansing, a VFW hall in Escanaba. People say the same things. It just shouldn't be this hard. Shouldn't be this hard to afford your groceries. Shouldn't be this hard to pay your rent. Shouldn't be this hard to see a doctor in the richest, most powerful country in the world. And that means we've got to build a movement of people to get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all. I hope that you'll join us in building that movement. It's the many versus the money.
Congresswoman, 60 seconds.
I am fed up and fired up. I am fed up with Michiganders
Pack it
getting
up, dude.
screwed over by bad
now.
policies that are coming down from the Trump administration that do not understand the first thing about us and that are raising our costs and impacting our way of life and coming for our jobs. I am fired up, though, to be your next U.S.
All the
Senator.
peeking is crazy.
I am fired up to lead for us on day
the mic
one
pops are
and
insane.
when it matters and to be in this fight alongside you and your families, all 83 counties in this incredible state of ours, the largest state geographically east of the Mississippi, deserves
What kind of fucking
Fucking
NFL stat is that?
line, yeah.
That is me. That is why I am on this campaign trail, listening to you, hearing you, and leading in that order. That is my ethos. That is why I am running. Let's go beat Mike Rogers, send him back to Florida a second time, and make sure that Michigan shines at the lawmaking table.
Candidates, thank you both for
don't
being
smile.
here. I know it takes a lot of
fucking
time and
guess.
effort to do it. I know you know how much I
I'm
appreciate it.
fired
I just
up.
wanna
The
make sure
fiddle with the
I say it
knobs.
publicly to both of you. I want to thank Amber and all of my colleagues here at Wood TV.
All right, bro.
Interesting.
That moderator was dog ass.
No,
dude.
I feel like that closing statement really like tells us everything we need to know about this entire debate, right? Abdul is running for things, and Haley Stevens is running against Trump, kind of.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. That's just genuinely all it is, man. And then she goes out and uses valuable time in a 60-second closing statement to throw out a fucking this person is the first person to get a triple-double on a Tuesday, the 17th of March. Like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? First person to go for 118 yards on a Sunday. What? On a Sunday, the 17th.
Bro, like, Jesus Christ, man. There's no way anybody can think that she's like a good candidate.
You can't walk out of that unless you're Islamophobic, which a lot of people are. Unless you're Islamophobic, unless you just don't like Muslim people, just can't stand Abdul because of what he looks like. There's no way any person could go into that debate and say, yeah, Haley did a really good job there. Holy shit, dude. She is a charisma vat. And Abdul, like I said before, he is just a genuinely incredible speaker.
Yeah.
He knows how to take something on the fly and turn his message into an anecdote that actually gets to the heart of problems that voters really care about. And all Haley Stevens knows how to do is ask for tax returns, crazy by the way, talk about Mike Rogers, talk about Donald Trump, talk about Obama, and talk about how she's a manufacturing queen despite UAW endorsing Abdul. Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, I do wish Abdul during that first like foreign policy bit would have turned to her and asked if it's a genocide, because I think that would have been a good get on her. So sort of a missed opportunity there, but on just about everything else, I think he beat her. Like, she tried to corner him with the whole like you haven't released your tax returns thing, but it's like the money speaks for itself when it's like $40 million in outside spending coming in, most of it from AIPAC to spend for Haley Stevens. Like, I don't know, man. Everybody knows our politicians are bought and sold, and it just like it just reaffirms that prior when you have no answer for why AIPAC is spending so much money for you.
She's literally shit from a butt. Couldn't have put it better myself. Couldn't have put it better myself, man. Like, the tax return thing is going to get me for a while, because it really stuck in my brain the first time she launched that attack on Twitter, because what the fuck are you doing? You all listen to the podcast. You heard me say, like, she can only run against Trump. She doesn't know how to run against anybody else, but it's like, fuck, you go to a debate and you bring it up 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even double digits 10 times. What, genuinely, what could we be talking about here? The whole tax return thing for Trump is because Trump's like a fucking billionaire who made his money shadily. And nobody really gave a shit. You know what I mean?
The accusation was that he didn't pay his taxes.
Exactly.
Like, that he was skipping out on paying his taxes, and that's evidence that like he can't be a leader for a country that like obviously uses taxpayer dollars to do stuff.
Like, what do you think you're doing? Genuinely, what do you think you're doing? He said 6, 7. Damn.
Oh, damn. He said 6, 7,
Fucked
bro.
up guy. Oh.
Yeah, Abdul did say genocide. I just wish he would have turned to her and been like, do you think Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza? Because I think that's one of those things that like, it's yes or no, and if you waffle about it, people know your answer.
Yes, Hiddo should have been the moderator. Big agree. Hard
and then he
agree,
could have said she can't say it's a genocide because she's getting paid by AIPAC, something like that.
Like, I still think he hit her pretty hard on the you're getting paid, you are bought and paid for, like every chance he could. But I'm always going to be a guy that thinks he should swing harder, especially because she like. Because of like how genuinely stupid the tax return thing is, I would argue she's taking massive swings there. Yeah. Like she's gambling a lot on the idea that this tax return thing may land, and it's not working. Like, I can tell you just categorically, like, nobody is gonna fuck with that except for people who are already pro Haley. Like, you're not winning anybody over by doing that. In fact, you are probably losing people. Holy shit!
It's always hard for me to tell in debates. Every debate we've covered, the person that like I want to win the debate, I'm always worried that other people will perceive my enemy as the one that actually won the debate.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how like the pro Haley folks try to spin her performance. I have a feeling they're going to focus mostly on the tax return stuff because that was like the only thing that I could think might have like a semblance of a click in people's head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Even though it's mostly bullshit.
I just like Jesus Christ, man. That like actually sucked. And yes, the Michigan primary is August 4th. We got literally less than a month to get Abdul the money to like go after the $40 million ad buys that Haley Stevens has, mostly from AIPAC, by the way. But I mean, polling looks good. We're gonna wait to see. Like, it's gonna take probably like a week or two to see exactly like how the McMorrow dropout affected it. We didn't get bingo?
Yeah, it doesn't look like we got a bingo.
I felt like we were running through that board. Holy shit. So also, SCOTUS reform would have been a way better question than fucking China.
Oh my God, dude, the China saber rattling kills me, man. And the national debt. What is this, 1993? Shut up, dude.
I guess if I'm thinking back to like the previous like round of debates last cycle, like every debate did ask about China in like some capacity. So I'll just keep that in the belt for next time we do one of these. But like Jesus Christ, man, how did we not get bingo?
No Plattner question either? I guess people have already moved on, or at least moved on in a way that it's not like important to ask at a debate.
Considering that this guy was asking about China, I'm not surprised we didn't get no Plattner mention.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we got no misogyny allegation though.
Yeah, no misogyny allegation.
She's been hitting that really hard on Twitter. And, like, I'd argue that that's a better message. Of course, it's a wrong message and stupid message.
It plays into people's biases.
But I would argue that that's a better, like, strategy than tax returns. Because what the fuck are we doing? The tax returns are going to stick in my head. Like, Neera Tanden tweets were sticking in my head after McMorrow dropped out. Like, what are we doing, dude?
No fake doctor allegations is crazy, too, though. Because, like, I feel like Abdul was trying to goad her into it by mentioning he went to medical school, he wanted to be a doctor and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't happen. She didn't pull it up, man.
No,
That's
Hassan
crazy.
Piker is kind of crazy. No Islamophobia.
No, Hassan Piker mentioned, man. It's because McMorrow wasn't on stage.
And no Abdul anti-Semitism allegations. I wonder, if McMorrow doesn't drop out, that debate, went, I mean, it didn't go the full hour. It's a pretty short debate, but still, there wasn't much room to have another 60-second answer, 30-second rebuttal in there.
Yeah.
So they either changed the rules or just, added more questions last minute. And
Probably.
I feel like maybe the China question was a last-minute addition, maybe a couple of the others, but, Jesus Christ.
China question is such bullshit, dude.
It is bullshit, and it's a bit silly. What do you guys think about this debate in the Twitch chat and in the YouTube chat?
Thanks for coming out, by the way. It was great to see so many people come and watch a debate.
No, exactly. We had
sort of a niche
600 people in the YouTube chat with us, or in the YouTube audience with us. Shouts out. I'm not sure the Twitch numbers, but I'm sure you guys pulled up in force.
Fire debate.
I wonder if they just wouldn't have rebuttal with 3 candidates, but you got to, because they're going to be slinging mud. Especially fucking Haley and Mallory, I guess.
Never heard what Abdul dreams about. Exactly.
True. We know, again, Chatter mentioned it. She's kept up. She's kept up by what? Stupid bullshit?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm kept up by something at night.
Oh, the national debt.
I'm kept up by the national. Yeah, stupid bullshit. Big on that. The national debt keeps me up at night. When are you going to dream about Israel? What's going on? What's happening? Because this is what we know.
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
We know it's a fact. You can't get rid of it. Look up, what is it, HaleyFacts.com, and it plays the clip on repeat.
Yeah, I get why he didn't ask her about that. He never really brings that up on his own. The fact that she says, Israel comes to me in my dreams.
And he still is really just hitting her on the corporate money thing, which,
I want that Michigan fist!
Exactly, Michigan debate night. I do feel like that is probably just the best thing to attack her on. It's the best message. It's the least polarizing thing to hit her on. But, I'm a mudslinger, man.
Yeah, no,
I want to see a heavyweight battle.
Yeah.
She only cares about herself. Oh, and Trump and Mike Rogers.
Maybe
it's like she's assuming that she's going to run away with the nomination, too. It's like she thinks that if she appears as this person that's going to fight against Republicans, that she's going to win. And it's the same, tired strategy that Democrats have been engaging in since we started this fucking podcast of, I'm not Trump.
Guys, I'm
vote
not
for
Trump.
me, guys. I'm not Trump.
Yeah, $40 million in outside spending, and that's already, that's just money spent.
Yeah.
And the primary's not done.
And that's $6 million more than last week, by the way. Last week, the number was $34 million. And if he's getting on stage saying it's $40 million, then I'm going to assume that means $6 million more was spent. Yeah, I don't think the synagogue wasn't mentioned. I believe she was talking about Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, she was, because he brought up the thanking ICE thing.
Yes.
And as a part of that resolution was condemning the anti-Semitic attack in Boulder, Colorado. But it's you didn't have to vote for the thanking ICE part, and she did anyway.
You think maybe they were planning to ask about Hassan Piker and anti-Semitism, but McMorrow dropped out, so they're like, oh, she's the one that's leading that charge.
I'm wondering if McMorrow was just the racist candidate here. Because, honestly, Haley Stevens doesn't really sling that much Islamophobia around. She's more just, casually, I don't care if they die because of what I do.
Yeah.
And McMorrow's just an Islamophobe.
Ideological Islamophobe, whereas Haley Stevens is only Islamophobic insofar as she's getting paid to cash checks from AIPAC to also give Israel checks to kill Islamic people or kill Muslim people. Like, who knows, man?
Yeah.
It's genuinely crazy. Genuinely crazy.
She mentioned the synagogue attack. Was that Temple Israel? Is that in her? Oh, it might be in her district, actually.
Is for real?
Yeah, but
I might have missed that part, laughing at her other stuff.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
But
Forgive
she
me, guys.
didn't bring it up in the purview of like Abdul. I mean, she did a decent job of not just like outright saying Abdul's a member of Hamas. Like,
wait, Zach makes a great point. Haley Stevens can't be the racist candidate. She has black friends. Guys, she visits black businesses all the time.
I didn't think of this.
I go to black businesses, by the way. Oh, shop local, shop at black businesses, by the way. Yeah, what was that? He looks more like Mike Rogers thing. Like
Yeah, I have no idea what she was going for with that.
She had some incredible flubs tonight. Once again, generational Haywatch. I wish McMorrow was there as well, but I do appreciate that we got more time for Haley to mess up.
Yeah, Haley versus Abdul.
That's what she did. Haley's podium has got to have a dent in it from hacking it so much.
No mention of Schumer. Like, yeah, he could have gone after her on Schumer too, because obviously she's going to support Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer handpicked her to run for the seat. So like, is this the only primary debate? I don't think so, but there is only a month left.
I also would not be surprised if it was the only primary debate. One, because I was surprised that Haley Stevens came to this in general, because she's a chronic flake.
Yeah.
She's like a known flaker from like many events across Michigan for multiple different reasons, some valid, some not. And also, from my perspective, she got washed. Like, she got absolutely shit on this debate. So I don't see why she'd do another one. And I mean, we'll see the reactions as we start scrolling Twitter, like after we get off here and whatnot. But unless you've been scrolling Twitter while you're listening to this little post game show, and you wanna let us know some of the fire tweets you've seen, I genuinely do wonder what people are saying.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Like, what? Like Chuck Schumer. Like, what does he see? What does he think when he like hears about this? When he sees this debate, does he think like, "Wow, I'm really out of touch," or does he think she did a good job? These are the questions.
Here's some news, folks.
Resuming
strikes on Iran. That's fun.
Okay.
Great.
All right, guys.
So next episode, look out for more Iran war news.
Guys, next episode, look out for Graham Plattner news and Iran war news. God, it's like we're going back 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Who'd have fucking thought?
We will never be free of the Iran war news, dude. Like, it's permanent. It's permanent.
And it's also like her answer on like the billionaire tax thing, or like whatever, like saying we need a billionaire tax. It's a situation where it's like she's saying, I guess, the right thing on paper, but I don't believe her. For a myriad of reasons. I don't believe her because this feels like a new thing. I don't believe her because of just like who she is, who she represents, what she represents, the fact that she is the establishment candidate, the fact that Gavin Newsom kind of opened up the permission structure for moderate establishment Democrats to come out and say things like that. And also, even if you do believe her, why would you believe a Haley Stevens who just recently possibly publicly came to this position? I can't vouch on if she said this before, but this is my first time engaging with it. This is the first time she's forcefully said it. And if she said it before, she hasn't been saying it too much. You know what I mean? Why would you go with her instead of just going with Abdul, a guy who's been consistent on this thing for the whole time? It's kind of the same argument we've had with why would you go for Mallory with her money out of politics stance when Abdul has never taken money in politics? Crazy.
Out Haley Stevens. I want to see exactly what he said about her.
I wonder if the video, like somebody's clipped the video.
Tell CNN he opposes U.S. sale of F-35 jets to Turkey as he downplays divisions with Trump.
Can we do a little Command F Stevens? Command F Haley? Who knows? Thanks for sticking around for the post.
He also criticized Representative Haley Stevens, a Jewish Democrat. Is she Jewish? I didn't even know that.
Is she?
Running for Senate in Michigan over her comments that his past actions as Israeli prime minister. It's made her uncomfortable because she can't stand up for the truth. She's trying to excuse anti-Semitism.
Are you serious?
Dude,
are you serious,
fuck?
actually?
Oh, my God. Nah, they got to be just, like, manufacturing a riff to make her not seem so, like...
She's not Jewish. Haley Stevens isn't Jewish.
Obedient. Okay, so they're just making shit up?
Yeah, they're just CNN lying.
Okay, well, whatever. Everyone who sees this, donate $5 to Abdul. Look out for other progressive nationwide to support Oliver Larkin and Beth Andreas Beck. I don't know about Beth. I've never heard of her, but shout out, I guess. Yes, go donate to Abdul. Don't give your money to this stream. Go donate to Abdul.
No, big on donating to Abdul. At least the Google AI overview is telling me Haley Stevens is not condemn. But guys, I need information quick. It's telling me that Haley Stevens isn't Jewish, that she's Protestant. I can't find like a quick headline that corroborates that. So if somebody could corroborate that for me with a real article, not fake bullshit, I would really appreciate that.
She has sent so much money to Israel, calling her anti-Semitic right now because she's like, hey, Netanyahu kind of sucks.
No, she's like U.S. House Fetterman. Like she is like competing with Fetterman for AIPAC's strongest soldier, for Israel's strongest soldier in the U.S. Senate. It's like how we make fun of like fucking Lindsey Graham, R Tel Aviv. Haley Stevens is D Tel Aviv. Yeah. Like this is like the first time I've ever seen her really publicly break. And maybe I just don't have ball knowledge. Maybe I'm just not like locking in super hard on Haley Stevens, even though I would argue I am. This feels new, and this feels like it's in line with the same thing we were talking about weeks ago when the J Street switch up came out, and we said J Street has now opened up a permission structure for moderate Democrats to get out here and pull away from Israel, as well as after the Netanyahu 60 Minutes interview where he said we'd love to get away from U.S. money. Netanyahu himself, I'd argue that AIPAC is probably doing this too behind the scenes, and J Street, all of the Zionist Israeli organizations that are so involved in American politics have opened up the permission for candidates that they support to say that we need to not end the relationship with Israel, but pull back on the money that we send to Israel. Yeah. So I'm not going to believe anything. I'm going to believe the guy who's been principled about this issue for the whole time.
They're allowing a sort of rhetorical shift without actually switching up like the power structure that allows Israel to continue doing whatever it wants.
Whether or not these votes actually change, who knows? Like, I know some of them have changed. Like, we've gotten more people voting for the Lebanon War Powers Act from the first time it happened earlier this month to the time it happened like last week. But like, didn't pass. You know what I'm saying? Didn't pass.
I do wonder what like their actual commentary is here.
The candidate here, we're going to need his grassroots support to really come through, because this could be an uphill battle when it comes to electability against Mike Rogers.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
dude.
well, I mean, speaking of,
it's not an uphill battle. He's winning the
polls.
polls.
I think that was a particular attack line that Stevens made over and over, was, saying that El-Sayed is the candidate that, Republicans want or will make this race easier. That was something that she was arguing.
Guys,
and I think Democrats
just because she said it doesn't mean it was a good point.
And like Democrats said the same thing about Trump in 2016. It is possible for parties to misread the situation and underestimate their opponent.
I fundamentally can't stand like some like pundits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like The Hill is usually like fine. Like I read The Hill, I cite The Hill multiple times if you look at the fucking show notes and whatnot. But it's like when people get on
commentary
here,
though.
They're doing commentary. They do like. So many people are desperate for things to say that they just get out there and say anything. This is pundit slop for the pundit class, man. This is pundit slop for the people who just happen to leave the debate playing on their TV or on their YouTube like afterwards and aren't actually paying attention. Because what do you mean like, oh, Haley Stevens brought this up. Haley Stevens also brought up tax returns like 6-7 times. Whoa. And it doesn't mean anything because it's not real. There's no affect to any of this. There's no pathos, ethos, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, no, this is stupid bullshit.
Oh, we be looking at the show notes. Do you guys actually look at the sources we cite? Because I low-key panic sometimes when I forget, and then I throw it in at the end.
Horse race journalism is bad, but these people can't even see who's in the lead. Yeah.
I just pundit slop is crazy to me, man. And pundit slop is really what's killing this country. Pundit slop is in the same vein as like bipartisan slop because they're born they're born of the same illness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just you got to have a take for take's sake.
You got to have a take for take's sake. The same thing that motivates people to go out and say like, oh, this person made a point because they physically said something is the same people that gets people to go out there and say we need to reach across the aisle.
Captain Phantasma, no, I'll low-key follow you blindly. Real.
As you should. Your most trusted news source over here, had the tertiary news source.
Not a single person condemned Hamas. Someone said not even the moderator condemned Hamas.
Guys, how am I supposed to know?
How do I orient myself morally?
Exactly. How am I supposed to know if these guys like Hamas or not? How am I supposed to know where they stand on terrorism in the Middle East? Oh my goodness.
A survey of McMorrow supporters found that 55% of her supporters are leaning towards Abdul. Yeah, I've seen numbers. I've seen other numbers suggesting that that's true for Haley Stevens. Yeah. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm sure over the next 3 weeks, crazy polling on that question specifically will come out.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see people lying as well. A whole lot of lying going on. A whole lot of liars.
Also, bringing up Kamala Harris. That was interesting because he did explicitly endorse Kamala Harris. Like before the general election, he said that like we need to unite behind Kamala Harris. Abdul, I think, did endorse the uncommitted movement, but again, that happened during the primary when it was Biden on the ticket. Everyone likes to pretend that uncommitted was a thing during the general election. No, it was during the primary when Biden was on the ticket.
Oh, motherfuckers love shadowboxing against uncommitted. Like it's actually crazy, dude. It's genuinely insane. God, the poll with 55% of Haley supporters from
that's
April,
right.
I believe. Yes, it is from April. It's from like 4/8. I remember because I was talking about it on the last episode of the show.
Like Stevens' only attacks was like the tax return thing. She tried to accuse
Super PAC,
his father-in-law of running super PACs for him,
which is like
I don't even know where that comes from.
Which is so funny because it's like, okay, your father-in-law does a super PAC. One, every candidate has a super PAC. Like it's just a thing that it's an unfortunate reality in our politics. Blah blah blah. It's a banal force. Like it doesn't necessarily mean it's evil, but it's like she can't attack him on like where that super PAC funding is coming from. So she's like, "What about your father-in-law super PAC?" Whereas Abdul like straight up listed off subsidiaries for APAC that she was taking money from. Like it's just like. Every accusation of hers that maybe possibly could have been a modicum of something in another reality is infinitely more true for her than it ever would have been for Abdul.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pot calling the kettle black on levels we've truly never seen before.
God, they're using fucking Kelshi now on this commentary thing, dude.
Bro, it got the hill, too.
This got to be like a Sinclair broadcast or something, dude. Jesus Christ. This has to be like paid for.
No, 100%.
Jesus.
This is insane. This is insane. What is it? What does this even mean? Do they think, hey, that's Abdul in the lead?
Yeah,
hey, banger.
It's Abdul in the lead.
Critical
right
support
now.
to Kelshi in this one instance, but it's also like this is a broader thing. This is a broader thing. I can't stand like actual serious news organizations because they're being paid for by Kelshi. Like the CNN deal with Kelshi, I believe, is like a paid thing so that CNN talks about Kelshi numbers at the end of segments. Fucking Harry Enton is doing
and now
it,
the Hill too,
and it pisses me off because it degrades the actual like stats and figures that Harry Enton always fucking talks about. Whatever. This is just people's opinions. And I know polling is people's opinions too, but polling is an aggregate of people's opinions weighted at least
with a methodology
based on like something, right? There's a methodology there. There's reasoning behind this. Kelshi odds are just vibes. It is the most vibe thing you could have.
The primary argument I see for people like using Kelshi and Polymarket and stuff like that is like, oh, it often tracks with polling. Then just use polling.
Yes.
If it just tracks with polling, then people are making these like investment or gambling decisions based on the polling that we already have. So like if it's polling that's underlying these numbers, then just use the polling.
Yes. Harry Enton is hella funny. That you are right, but the Kelshi stuff does suck.
Yeah,
but
no, ban online betting. I'm low-key a Puritan about this shit, dude.
They got Giannis, Rick Rubin, and now the Hill. It's fucked up, guys. It's a fucked up world we live in. That Giannis Kelshi investment thing was crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah. Man, that is rough. Uncap the house, that's real. Unfortunately, nobody talks about it.
This is true. We can't even get fucking Senate candidates to talk about court reform, apparently. We can't even ask them about that.
Give me a 1,000-member house.
We have a generationally bad SCOTUS term a week ago.
Yes.
And we're not asking about that? We're not asking about that? Oh, my goodness.
Not asking about, like, birthright citizenship or any of the crazy... all the fucking political parties can spend infinite money now.
Yeah. And, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what am I to do?
Maybe it's just because, like, they'll agree with each other on that, like, that the Supreme Court sucks. But, like, it'd be nice to hear their solution.
That's true.
Like, pack the cord, dude.
I mean, I'll also admit, like, that's something that I want to hear as, like, a progressive, and maybe that's just never what this was going to be. You know what I mean? But I swear, like, at least once during the 2024 cycle, they asked about, like, court reform, like, on the stage. But I guess packing the court was a bigger, like, attack from Republicans during that.
Yeah, bro, talking about China, bringing up the national debt, like, what are we... I'm glad Abdul, like, cycled it back into, like, we need to build up our economy, and we do that through taxing the rich and investing in the working class and that kind of stuff.
King,
like,
yeah.
that's how you contend with a question like that. But Jesus Christ, man. Like, all of these questions were so skewed to the center, skewed to Stevens, essentially.
Blue Haley bet on Kelshi that she would mention tax returns 20 times.
You guys should do Kornacki Cam commentary on election night. I don't know if we'll do an election night stream for the primary, just because it's only like Michigan and Missouri that have primaries.
For primary
that day.
night, we probably won't be doing it, but certainly we will be locked to the chair in front of the computers for a live stream on like general election night, 100%.
Yeah,
there's no getting away from that.
We'll definitely do streams of Abdul versus Mike Rogers, provided he wins the primary, of course.
Yes, of course. And shit, we'll stream Haley Stevens versus Mike Rogers. God forbid that happens.
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
no, that'll just be a hate fest.
That'll be a double hate watch. That'll be a hate watch to the likes of of which no one's ever seen. That's going to be dog shit on dog shit. People spitting straight shit from a butt from their mouth. Oh my God.
I don't know what the other big race, maybe like Tallarico versus Paxton debates. That could be interesting.
Oh, maybe we should commit to streaming those. I'm not committing right now. You guys aren't getting that from me right now. I can tell you that.
I got to look at the calendar.
But maybe possibly we do get that because I think those debates will be interesting. I feel like more and more stuff keeps coming out from Paxton, but like they're not so big that I need to make a segment about it. And there's just been other news that's overshadowed like the little things that come out about Paxton, partly because Paxton is already just evil.
Yeah.
Like we know this.
Yeah.
We know this.
Francesca Hong debate. She's interesting, but like she's running for governor.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't she in the lead now too?
I think
That's
so.
been interesting.
Like I hope she pulls it out. I think she's got some decent takes. But I just don't know enough about her.
Yeah, the Mike Rogers debate might be who can blow Israel harder, but I think we know the answer.
Israel comes to me
I
in
think
my
we know,
dreams.
guys. I think we know.
Yep.
That's generational, truly. The Israel comes to me in my dream soundbite is something that like
we're gonna be spamming.
I'm gonna be spamming
yes.
forever. It's gonna be so funny when Haley Stevens is out of a job and I'm spamming that one. Oh my God, man. And it's like, why would you debase yourself like that?
Yeah.
Like that's worse than like content creators who like go out there and do like fucking insanely embarrassing things for subscriber girls. You know what I'm saying? That's worse than like being a slop tuber. Arguably, the Israel comes to my dream soundbite is probably worse than the people who run AI faceless YouTube accounts.
Yeah.
I'll put that out there.
Dude.
I'll put that out there 100%. I would rather like more AI faceless YouTube accounts if we're to have them in the first place than politicians being out there saying dumb shit like this.
No, I don't see any news about Mitch McConnell. I saw Laura Loomer said he's effectively brain dead. I saw Scott Jennings say that he had a conversation with Mitch McConnell.
So funny.
And it's like, stop, you're just lying.
Yes, no, literally.
Like, post the audio if that's true.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Mitch McConnell. How?
What is it? Aaron Rupar quote tweeted and said, did he talk back? It's a genuine question. Nobody knows.
Angie Craig, Peggy Flanagan. That could be interesting. That's the Senate race in Minnesota, and Angie Craig's the AIPAC candidate.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe we check that one out.
Interesting. What are there's really not many more interesting races.
Oh, definitely vote for Cori Bush. We need Cori Bush back in Congress.
Yes.
She's like one of the best progressives that we had. Essentially lost because of AIPAC, just like Jamal Bowman, running against a guy who was like super pro-Israel. Yeah, we got to get rid of him.
Yes.
Definitely vote for Cori Bush.
Low-key, article head on my article head shit. I am kind of geeked to like read the articles that people write about this debate. Like I can't wait to see like the ways that some people twist and contort themselves to try and like get a Stevens dub out of this.
Oh yeah, can we think of what the New York Times opinion column headline is going to be in favor of Haley Stevens?
Ooh, what will the Detroit News say about this? Oh,
yeah, you know, like the New York Times pitch bot on Twitter?
Yeah.
Man, some of the things they come up with is crazy.
Haley Stevens asks biting questions about mysterious sources of Abdul El-Sayed's money.
Yeah.
Golly.
Abdul El-Sayed wins Senate debate. Here's why Haley Stevens should get elected.
Abdul El-Sayed may have all the talking points ready, but Haley Stevens has the experience.
That's just going to be what it is. Yeah.
That's going to be one of the articles.
Spin is going to be silly as hell.
Spin is going to be dumb.
Spin's going to be dumb as fuck.
No, the Ohio Senate race, I haven't been like following at all, but Vivek Ramaswamy is one of my favorite characters.
That's governor.
Oh, that is
Fuck,
I haven't been
Ohio
following that either.
Race.
Governor, it's Sherrod Brown versus
Sherrod
for Senate.
Sherrod Brown. I don't remember who's. Is it Bernie Moreno? Is he running for re-election?
Is he a goofy guy?
I can't remember exactly.
I mean, Republican, so I'm sure they're all goofier and whatnot. But are they done with their primaries?
But
Is Sherrod
Vivek's
Brown
running for governor. Yeah.
Man, maybe we got to start covering Ohio governor because Vivek,
John Huston,
one of my favorite guys. One of my favorite guys in conservative politics.
Yeah, I don't know about John Husted. I don't know really anything about him.
Hate on the New York Times ed board, but free my boy Jamal Bowie.
Free my guy Jamal Bowie. What is this? Incredible moment where Netanyahu lays into Haley Stevens and says she's excusing anti-Semitism before Dana Bash morphs into Stevens' comm staffer and seems to have to inform Netanyahu that he should want her to win election.
Making Jews, some American
Dana Fash.
Jews in Congress who support Israel and support what you just said, say that a lot of the actions by you and your government are making Jews in the United States unsafe. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, she's running for
he had to
Senate
be
in
prompted.
Michigan, said Benjamin Netanyahu has made us less safe. He has frankly put Jews in an uncomfortable position across the country. Have you?
Netanyahu.
Well, it's made her uncomfortable because she can't stand up for the truth. She's trying to
no sauce.
Excuse anti-Semitism.
She's not. She's. I mean, I just want to explain. She's somebody who supports Israel. She supports
no,
funding Israel.
no, Bibi. Don't get me wrong. She loves Israel. Bibi, no, don't get it twisted. This woman loves Israel. Let me play you a soundbite.
Israel comes to me in my dreams.
She framed it like Netanyahu went in and said he wanted Abdul to win. Did she not? Am I going crazy? She framed it like Netanyahu was on Abdul's side.
I did not clock that. Hold on a minute now. Maybe we need a replay. Arguably, we need a replay.
Against the United States Congress.
So Dana Bash just defends Haley Stevens here. I mean, that's expected from Dana Bash.
It is funny that it seems like she can't spit it out. Like, it seems like this is just like the asking the question just doesn't agree with her body and soul. Kind of like that one question answer Haley Stevens had during the debate.
Yeah, like Haley Stevens was like, Netanyahu disagreed with me publicly. She made it seem like Netanyahu came after her of his own accord.
No, for real.
When it was Dana Bash prompting him, he probably doesn't even really know who Haley Stevens is. I was just about to say. Yeah, somebody says Bibi doesn't know who Haley is.
It seems like he's phoning it in. It seems like he's just giving his standard anti-Semitism answer, and that's why Dana feels prompted to correct him. No, let me tell you, Haley Stevens, staunch supporter of Israel right there. And
it is funny that he just reflexively calls her anti-Semitic, right?
It's such a farce.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He just reflexively accuses her of anti-Semitism when she's like, hey, maybe Bibi sucks.
What are you supposed to do with any of this, man?
Computer, show me Abdul's tax return.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Thank you for that link, Jared. That's excellent, man.
Me win the U.S. Congress.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Guys, we got any more niche and also fire takes about this debate? Are they still talking about the Kalshi odds?
I think it's a little bit of both. Of course, this is a specific race.
They're having to tap into all of that, I'd say.
Next United States Senator has one mission and one mission only, and that is to fight for the people of Michigan and represent the people of Michigan's interests. Donald Trump selling us out to this war.
We are paying $5 gas. Why it is we can't seem to get out of this quagmire, it's because for too long our foreign policy has been handed to us by the likes of the State of Israel and AIPAC, who has made sure that Democrats and Republicans are doing their bidding. I don't take that money. They are spending against me because they've called me the most dangerous.
Loki, why is CNN asking Bibi for his opinion on one specific, not even senator yet, but also, then why does CNN also feel the need to come in and correct his opinion on her?
Yeah.
What, that's not journalism, dog. That's the shit I do.
I think that's just Dana Fash being Dana Fash, being in the pocket for Haley Stevens.
True to the name.
But I don't know.
Also, yeah, the post show is still going. How, man? That's got to be Kalshi mandated their 20-minute segment, and they're getting their 20-minute.
They're chained to the desk like us.
I don't want to waste our money.
Yeah, Kelsey paid for a 1-hour segment.
Wars we don't need to spend, and instead I want that spent here to rebuild our schools here, to make sure we have functional infrastructure here in Michigan, to make sure that we have healthcare here in Michigan. And so long as our politicians continue to be bought off by AIPAC, do not be surprised when we fight wars that are in their best interest, to annex Israel, to annex Lebanon, or to do genocide in Gaza.
Dr. Son, 30 seconds.
Well,
okay, he did say genocide,
I would say
yeah.
No one is afraid of you. And in fact, the GOP...
I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared at all, actually.
Abdul, I would say nobody's afraid of you. Abdul, nobody's afraid of you.
Maybe these people do need the focus groups, guys. Maybe I've gone too hard against the consultant class. Maybe we do need to start focus testing messaging. Maybe we do need to get in there and do some debate prep.
We've overcorrected
to avoid embarrassing ourselves in this way, because there could have been no focus group that approved any of this messaging.
Oh, man.
There could have been no competent campaign staff that got together and said, Haley, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to conduct yourself, and this is how you're going to win, because those things are incompatible.
Dr. Abdul, to Michigan, you're just regular Abdul. At what point has Abdul ever tried to make himself seem scary?
No, literally, he's the chillest guy, man. He does not come across as some imposing dude. Holy shit. And you know what? I bet you can't even bench 315.
of dollars to prop up
fake plates
because they think they will make it easier.
Yeah, she thinks fighting is punching the podium over and over and over again.
Ting, ting, ting. Bro, she wouldn't stop. Every time she tinked on the podium, Israel got another billion.
I'm genuinely surprised that nobody during that 2-minute break walked up and told her, hey, Haley, stop. You got to stop banging the podium, and you got to stop breathing into the mic. You got to stop hitting up.
Every time the moderator or Abdul was speaking, she went...
I thought it was me. I was getting self-conscious.
So did I at first, and then I was like, oh, it's just Haley Stevens.
It took me halfway through.
Like, she doesn't take any breaths during her answer, so she's afterwards she's going.
Well, she's now she knows she's got to think really hard, so she got to get the oxygen in there.
I want to find this Netanyahu bit again.
To win if you are the nominee. I do not plan to make anything easier for Republicans or Mike Rogers. What I do is I take on tough fights for Michigan, tough races, and I win for us.
30 seconds to wrap up this question.
Well, if Congresswoman Stevens makes it or Mike Rogers wins, either way, Israel will win. AIPAC is perfectly fine with either of my two opponents because they know that they will have a comfortable, reliable vote in the U.S. Senate. If you want politics
was it before
to work for
this?
You, if you want politics to rebuild your schools or fix your infrastructure or to invest in your health care, you have an alternative choice. We're running to get money out of politics, put money in your pocket.
Nobody asked if they condemn political violence.
Not a single time.
There's
I
a
do.
reason that both Chuck Schumer and Donald Trump don't want to see me on the inside of the U.S. Senate because I'm a threat to politics as usual.
Long work for. I stood alongside families who
we don't need to spend an
and pushed for in the United States House of Representatives and what I will work for in the United States Senate. We need long-term peace. Donald Trump has failed us.
Such a bullshit answer,
The Prime Minister of Israel.
We need long-term peace, but I'm going to keep funding the country that is causing the non-peace.
We need long-term peace, and I'm not going to describe what that looks like or how we get there.
Yeah, we need a two-state. I mean, that's what Emma Vigeland got Mallory McMorrow on. Like, what does a two-state solution actually look like? Oh, but I'm not going to tell you.
Man, it's like a blessing for her campaign that she doesn't do contentious interviews. I mean, Mallory's didn't want to either. Clearly, case in point, she ducked us and tried to dodge Matt Bernstein and Emma Vigeland. But like, if Haley did any contentious interview, it genuinely would be over for her. Like, I don't think she could survive being pushed back on.
It's why she dodges reporters.
And that's why she goes to debates where you get 60 seconds to say your thing uninterrupted, and then you get a 30-second response.
Yeah,
like she can't survive a real fucking conversation. That's why she's got like no events or like very few events upcoming, and the only thing going on for her campaign is the $40 million in outside spending.
Hey, Stevens.
What's in a generation candidate, bro?
Israel got an additional $3 billion.
Banger. Guys, you're watching the process. You're watching how the sausage gets made.
Yeah, we're live tweeting. What? Like, I don't. It's really easy for people to fall into the thing of just like making fun of how like women politicians look, and I don't want to do that. But like, genuinely, what was going on with?
But it is kind of funny when it's like that, though. Messy Michigan.
And it's the only reason you have
supported us because when it comes to the choice between working people and corporations, I will pick people every time.
Yeah, and it's the only reason you haven't released your tax returns.
Come on, bro.
And 15 labor unions are endorsing me. I yield, Rick. Yes.
Amber has another very quickly.
Yeah, I took the same extension that
Where's the screaming?
Every single year she was in
Congress. They're just lying.
You haven't released your
Yeah, on like a factual note, he took the same extension that Haley Stevens took. Like, it's a pretty typical thing. It's probably a bad way that the system works. Like, I don't think politicians running for office should be able to take extensions like that because it will delay it past the point when like voters can make a decision or other candidates can like talk about their personal finances and stuff like that. But it's not an abnormal thing.
But that's for the campaign finance reporting, right?
No, I think it's his personal tax return. Oh, which probably has to be reported for campaign purposes, I would imagine.
I see. But I'd seen commentary, like people were saying that like this is the first time Haley's ever done it on time. Like she's taken that extension every other time, so it's just pot kettle.
Dude, this is
if you take money from corporations, the same corporations you're gonna be.
Dude, I need to find this clip because that shit is like genuinely what the fuck.
No, that is a banger, guys. I need you all you who are listening now to this post show to go do us a favor and help us find this timestamp.
Yeah, find this timestamp for us, man.
Because that was the moment of the debate, at least for me.
With all due respect, I think he looks more like Mike Rogers than I do. Like, what could you possibly mean by this?
I don't know, man. I don't even know how to do commentary on that. I don't even know how to come up with another analogy.
Like anything I would say about this feels overly mean.
Like that
right?
feels, and it also like feels very Biden. Like it feels very Joe Biden of her.
Everyone is Biden. How the sausage gets made, people. This is how we make content.
Come on now. We just type and we let it fly, guys.
Is this the misogyny? Yeah. What is happening, dude? Oh, Jesus.
Funny, man. She did not, like, there were many times where she definitely was not beating the can't string two sentences together allegations, which are just totally true, by the way. And also, just like, I would like to remind you all, like, we read it off before we did this, but Haley Stevens, like, revealed to us last night that she can't read. She quote tweeted one of Abdul's tweets about the Graham Plattner situation and just lied. Like, she just can't read. The literacy crisis has hit Haley Stevens. It's hitting the halls of Congress, guys. Truly, no one is safe.
Have you guys covered the semaphore article by Weigel? Yeah, we talked about it briefly on the show that's coming out. That's already on Patreon, coming out tomorrow on Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Talked about it briefly for the purposes of explaining how Haley Stevens is objectively evil.
Yes.
There are Bidens everywhere for those with eyes to see, man. It's crazy.
It's true. God, what else? The tax return thing is crazy.
Stevens' closing statement. I'm trying to see if any other people got some decent clips for us to look at before we sign off here.
Oh, what did Haley Stevens clip? Like, what moment did her team think, like, looked the best for her?
This is from Haley Stevens, like, live tweeting during the debate from her team.
My head is down doing the work for the people of Michigan who need the work to be done. We do not need a celebrity senator. We need a workhorse. And as the most effective lawmaker for Michigan in the House of Representatives,
bang, bang.
If you want a fighter and an effective leader for
fighting
our
the
state,
podium, bro.
That's me. My
She's fighting the podium is crazy.
Everyone go retweet that. Guys. Everyone go retweet that.
It's goated.
Oh, jeez, that's so funny.
Go tweet that right now, and if you're not following Head in the Office, you need to.
Oh, wait, post-debate questions.
About my opponent.
As if Michigan could be any master, Chuck Schumer's handpicked candidate Haley Stevens is now yelling at Abdul El-Sayed over who is paying him.
Hasn't. He wouldn't answer that on the debate stage. He talks about getting money out of people's pocketbooks, putting, money, or getting money. Sorry.
Bro, she's
struggling to string what? Two sentences together.
She's never going to beat the two sentences allegations. She's not beating the two sentences allegations.
She can't read and she can't speak. Guys, what is going on?
Oh, my God.
What is going on?
Getting money out of politics, putting it into your pocket, but we don't know who's putting money into his pocket. Why?
Why?
Talking about, dude? Genuinely, like, what are we talking about? She's like, oh, Abdul's a millionaire. He won't release his tax returns. He's a double doctor, guys. He's got his fucking MD and he's got a PhD. He's made money from doing like a bunch of shit in the past. And isn't his wife a doctor?
Yes, I think so. I
Fuck,
think so.
Man. Like, there are plenty plausible reasons why Abdul has money that he has.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck?
Offer people two options that kind of look the same on the issues that matter the most. If you're taking money from corporations, the same corporations.
Oh, that's why she said it? Because he says that she looks the same on the issues?
Somebody who's electable, the last 3 polls in a row show that I'm the most electable Democrat in November. Why? Because you got to actually fight for something. It's not enough to offer people two options that kind of look the same on the issues that matter the most. If you're taking money from corporations, the same corporations, Democrat or Republican, how different are things really going to be? I'm offering an opportunity to actually invest in what we want to fight for healthcare that is guaranteed, for an economy that works for working people, for finally getting corporate money out of our politics.
Well, with all due respect to Abdul, I think he looks a lot like more like Mike Rogers than I do.
Back it up.
You just can't, man. You just
like, what are we?
Or gambled her entire mortgage on that one, and she lost the house, guys.
Abdul is making the point. Abdul is making the point that Mike Rogers and Haley Stevens are bankrolled by the same interest, therefore their policies wouldn't be that different. And her response was, I think he looks a lot more like Mike Rogers than I do.
Her response, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? What are we doing, bro? You're running for the fucking Senate, dude. She genuinely has nothing to stand on. Haley Stevens, the only thing she can do is go out there and
Israel comes to me in my
continue to dream about Israel. She can only go out there and defend like money she sent to Israel, defend thanking ICE. She can only do bullshit and run against Donald Trump and ask about fucking tax returns. She has no positive vision for the future. She has no big ideas, and she really doesn't want to push forward any policy that means anything. She doesn't even want to like allude to things that she will do, only things that she and hundreds of other Democratic House members have done in the past.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing, man. She's got no legs.
Corporate money out of our politics.
One more time.
Well, with all due respect to Abdul, I think he looks a lot like more like Mike Rogers than I do.
And she's not beating the 2 sentences allegations, dude.
Me when I try to laugh through
She's not. Yeah, me when I try to laugh through my terrible fucking counterpoint.
You're not reading Patreon names for 5 minutes, dog. You don't have an excuse here. What's going on?
This one from Craig Mauger, Michigan journalist. Great exchange to start. We don't need a celebrity senator. We need a workhorse. Stevens says we also don't need politicians bought off by corporations. I love this point from Haley Stevens because she's essentially bragging that she doesn't campaign.
No, she's essentially bragging that no one knows who she is.
Yeah.
Like she's getting out there and saying, we don't need somebody who can get the attention of people. We don't need a celebrity senator. Actually, I would argue that we need a lot more celebrity senators who go out there and do good things. Not celebrity senators in the sense that they only care about their platform more so than policy, which I'm sure is what she's alluding to. But we need senators who have the ability to capture the public's attention and actually persuade them and actually go around and be able to advocate for good things that they believe in, good things that are good and bad things that are bad.
And it's like Zoran Mamdani had good video. He's also excellent at governing.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, but
Yes.
making good videos, being a quote unquote celebrity politician isn't inherently a bad thing. It just means you can talk well and make good video.
Like,
you have a good digital team.
No, exactly. Like, I'm sorry, Haley Stevens. I'm sorry you can't have any sauce. I'm sorry you can't make clips that like people care about. And it's like people care about the clips that Abdul has, not because he has a social media team that can make a flashy clip, but because he has substance to the messages that he says. The last time I saw a Haley Stevens clip that wasn't paid for by AIPAC or the $40 million ad buy that she recently got was the clip where she's like sitting in front of the Gordie Howe Bridge and she's like, how's that for 2 sentences, Abdul? And she said the same shit Abdul said back in February. The only other clip I saw from her looked like a fucking hostage video. It was phone to camera. She's sitting there, white walls surrounding her, and she says, Abdul's the only millionaire in this race. Why don't you release your tax returns? Genuinely, what the fuck?
Also, I do have to say, this is another example of the moderation being fucking terrible in this debate.
With another viewer who wants to know where the two of you stand.
Is the Democratic Party shifting? Joe Bielan has our next question.
Joe Bielan, man.
He says many of my
Joe, man,
friends
come
who are
on.
Democrats are very concerned with the way the party has shifted so far left.
Like, come on. Like, I know this is a viewer question, but they have discretion in the questions that they choose.
Yes.
And to frame it as though like the party is moving too far left inherently gives Haley Stevens an advantage in answering this question.
And it's like
insane.
It's just like when you look at the question, that's not what you get. Like you gotta like find a way to include that in the question or like editorialize a little bit. Because I look at this question: will you continue on the current path of the party, or will you pursue your own path of leadership? The current path of the party is the Chuck Schumer path, man.
Yes.
Like it's like. Man, fucking median voter ask question, man. What
Dude,
are we
median
doing,
voter
bro?
ask question.
What are we doing?
It's gonna make me throw up, dude.
Hiddo tax returns win? Never. Yeah, sorry guys.
Oh my god.
I'm actually gonna hide the Patreon numbers going forward.
I can't release my tax return because I'm getting paid by AIPAC.
Yes. You wouldn't believe how much money Stevens' campaign gave us.
The receipts as the most effective lawmaker for Michigan. I'm not.
Where does this even come from? Haley Stevens, most effective lawmaker. Stevens recognized as most effective Democrat in Michigan. Analysis cites her unwavering focus on delivering results for Michigan families. According to analysis published by Lansing State Journal, Stevens was sponsored 26 pieces of significant... That's it?
Okay.
26?
Okay. I mean, like, I guess that's a lot when Congress doesn't do anything, but like...
can achieve... Stevens has representatives, including the unanimous passage of a resolution calling on Hamas to meet...
Guys, it's genuinely over. Like, that. Are they counting this as one of the pieces of significant legislation?
That's what it says.
Are we fucking serious, dude?
In total, 6 of Rep. Stevens' bills passed the House of Representatives in the 118th Congress, including the unanimous passage of House Resolution 793, a resolution calling on Hamas to immediately release hostages taken during the October 2023 attack on Israel.
Guys, Haley Stevens is passing significant legislation for Michigan. How about this Israel virtue signal bill? How about this AIPAC give me money bill? What are we talking about?
Come
Israel
on,
comes
bro.
to me in my dreams.
You can't make this shit up. You genuinely can't make this shit up. I can't believe there are people running around that like think like this. Like what? Oh my god.
Like how is that? Like, okay, I was reading through this and I'm thinking, okay, what are like the hallmarks here, right? What's the flagship policy? The first one they actually substantiate is the one about Israel, and like you said, it's a virtue signal because it doesn't. Like it's not. Like, it doesn't matter.
Put the fucking CHIPS Act on here. Put like something that actually mattered on it. Put one of the like popular bipartisan Biden bills on here. Why are we putting the Hamas thing on here? Again, who is this campaign for? When you go to this website, is this Haley Stevens' website?
No. Oh, yeah, this is.
StevensHouse.gov.
Right.
When you go to this page to figure out like what her unwavering focus is, as a voter, as somebody who may be one of her constituents one day, if I want to learn what she's about, camera gone again? Shit, podcast mode, guys. If I want to know what Haley Stevens is about and what she thinks is significant legislation that she's passed, all I see is that she said, guys, we got to release the hostages. I don't see anything on here that made my life better. Are there any other bills on here? I can't see this.
There's a couple more down here, but it doesn't
But
matter.
the first thing,
Anyway.
the first thing is Hamas?
Yeah.
What
the first thing is
talking
about Hamas.
about,
I think that's where we call it quits, folks. The camera gave up. We're giving up.
Camera gave up, guys. Benjamin Netanyahu hit the no camera button. Benjamin Netanyahu hit the stream over button, guys, and we all got to contend with that.
Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate it. If you want to support Abdul, go to abdulforsenate.com. I believe that's the website at the very least. Go and support the Abdul campaign, or maybe phone bank for him or something like that, especially if you're in Michigan. Go door knock or canvas for Abdul. That'd be great.
What a generational webpage to end on. What a generational cap to the Haley Stevens debate night. Oh my goodness, guys. If there's another Michigan Senate debate, we'll be right back in these chairs. We'll be right back in this setup. And when we get to the generals, we'll be right back in here as well.
Thanks.